final play day, Team Orchid, they were successful on this map. It wasn't a super high-stakes series for them, but we spoke to like callers afterwards and said they've been feeling a bit stuck, a bit doubtful in their minds about their performance, the meta, and how to play the game. So when they played Chalet the previous time, it's about just playing freely, going for plays, not feeling the pressure and having fun. And I hope they can take that same mentality into a much more serious game here in a best-of-3 setting. Yep. Because if Team Orchid were going to beat Soulside here and cause the upset, they gotta have that confidence.
Yeah, they certainly do. And then we go to Clubhouse that currently is not being played for Team Orchid for the last 6 months. And then obviously deciding on Bank, which has very little data for Team Orchid. If you were just looking at the stats, you would tend to lean towards Soul's Heart, but that's the best part about this dev. Yeah. We know that it's never as simple as that, and we know that in this server, this matchup in particular is going to go the distance no matter what.
Yeah, you never know. In the best of ones in the group stage, it was Orchid who won out, but historically, out of recent history, it's actually Soul's Heart that have had the better of their opponents the last 6 times in a row prior to that, including in 3 best-of-3s. So you never know how it's going to fall when it comes to Orchid and Soul's Heart. Chalet is a very chaotic map. We've seen both teams play a bunch, especially Orchid have played some real stiff competition in both Daystar and Weibo on this map recently. They lost both those games. Orchid are looking in great form. Soul's Heart are very dependent on the performance of one player, that is I9. We'll see what happens as we get into the game.
He's done it again. That's not even a soft throw. That's like a minuscule throw.
It's like an underarm
It's
lob.
like, yeah, no, it's like underarm in cricket. Like, you just don't do it. Come on, this is a lower bracket semi-final.
It's an elimination match,
Elimination match. I mean, EWC's on the line. James, we need a little bit more oomph.
5 seconds left.
We need more hype. The bans for the first half. The Azami and the Wamai again banned out. Hasn't taken long for teams to clue in that Wamai is strong. Solid Snake and Monty not available for attack.
I'm excited for this one. I mean, the boys did frame it really nicely on the desk in terms of the overall rivalry that has been spanning quite many a year, which in esports life, I would say anything beyond 5 years is a lifetime. You don't typically get to see to that level. Sorry, the ramen is still digesting.
I do agree somewhat with James. There was a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick. I can feel it. Hopefully there's a bit of spice in this matchup.
Yeah, I expect there should be. Both teams, of course, losing back in the upper bracket semi-final. Orchid only getting the 5 rounds against Daystar. Soul's Heart only getting the 4 rounds against Weibo. Both teams are clearly off those 2 teams. It's difficult to overvalue this in terms of the winner of this is going to go on a big run. But what the winner does do is they get that chance against Daystar in the lower bracket final. Any chance is better than no chance. First minute goes down. Starting here, of course, on Chalet, which is the map pick of Team Orchid. They're on the attack first up. As Lycolis has actually got into office, by the way. Tahisi in sight. Nitrocell did connect from I9. And Peeps and Sirlotic both combined because they've got this office control. And I9 will fall inside a dining. The defense starting to fall apart. Needed that kill from Mark. He was able to acquire it. Over towards the mezzanine, well split up from DCH, but they can group together over towards the hallway if they so choose. Mark will spray from Mez, but even though they got the initial office control, slipping into bedroom with the kit will be Crit J. That will go down successfully, and now they can turn their attention to Mark and DCH. DCH piano, Mark now goes over to Ego, shoots like Collis in the back. That is a wonderful pivot from Mark, and suddenly 2 versus 1 against Crit J by himself inside a closet.
He's up close to that diffuser, but he needs to try and isolate these 2 picks.
Oh, didn't spot the cross, but he heard the run. Got the intel from the audio. It's Mark. Oh, yes, indeed, it should be. What a round from Mark. He gets 4, but it's the jump out big window to go Ego. You don't see that level of play too often. Soul's Heart get the opening round.
Fair play to Mark. Great initiative for the jump out. And then an unfortunate situation, again in the 1 versus 1, another isolated fight. He wasn't quite in position to find an immediate trade, but held his nerve. And with that, Soul's Heart do take the opening round. And hopefully that opening round is an indication as to how close this matchup may actually develop to be.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think this is definitely one that can go all the way to 3 maps. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen, but it certainly has I would say, the historicness to back it up. This is the play here from Mark. Love this. Gets the kill, smoked off, and instead of pushing the smoke and trying to play it conventionally, maybe even going for a hallway swing, he just sends it. And like, Collis is not ready for it. You're not expecting it. And it's all happening so quick as well. That's just instinct. That's playing on the instinct, not overthinking and just playing. Did go back and find the last time when these two teams met back on Playday 6, which was the 25th of June. Orchid actually ended up winning at 7-3. That was on Consulate. Consulate not going to be part of this veto. Orchid got a 5-1 defensive half on that map. So, I mean, it was probably one I think that was largely affected by the map itself. I wouldn't put too much stock into it. But disappointing for Orchid considering the start to the round. Soul's Heart getting the first one. Let's see what round 2 is going to bring. Bar games is where we're heading. We also got the full bingo sheet on that opening round. Plant the defuse, the ball to kill, and the clutch.
Reload.
Doesn't happen often.
You look quite pleased with yourself.
I always like to see the bingo sheet get filled out.
It's become your new thing.
Yeah, yep. I like it. Only because it's rare. I mean, when something's rare, you can celebrate it. You know? If it happened all the time, I mean, you just wouldn't bring it up.
A bit like Weibo winning all the time.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Sometimes it gets a little bit difficult to celebrate. Oh, if one of these two are to go on and qualify for EWC, they ultimately will need to beat Weibo after qualifying for that grand final earlier today. But getting through this first matchup is going to be a challenge within itself.
When we were doing the, when I was 1v1ing I9, actually, I think, didn't you guys ask about what that house was or that room was?
I wasn't on the desk, so you'd have to consult with them. No.
What is it? Someone's gaming house?
DCH's uncle or something,
or like
maybe?
a PC
like
cafe?
a family member. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I mean, the reason why we were so curious is because across many different organizations, they kept playing out of it.
The gamer house is about as old as this rivalry.
Peeps getting the first pick on to miss the punch. Peeps is, I wonder how old he would have been when this rivalry started.
Like, Hollis is fireplace, by the way. He could make a bit of a play. There's no one on the objective.
Does he just walk straight through?
There is nobody on the objective.
Where's the kit, by the way?
I don't know.
Is it like front entrance?
It's somewhere near the front door, I think. Or is it below?
Like, Hollis could just sit here and watch Barstock. If someone runs back in here and they're not aware that this spot is being watched, it would be a free kill.
Diffuser is all the way outside in Narnia.
And there's 35 seconds.
Oh, no. This is a ranked classic.
They might have to actually just walk in and kill everyone. That might be their strategy, but they lose Crit J. The Zofia ineffective. They have finally sent Lycolis over to go and grab the kit, so he had to give up that Barstock hold. Now he's coming back through the front door, and there's only 20 seconds. But Peeps with the Vendetta gets rid of DCH. I9 needs to win this battle. I cannot emphasize anymore.
Oh.
Does get it. He spotted the second, pushing up fireplace stairs. Goes pistol for a split second. 5 seconds only remaining on the clock. Scatman now in the 1 versus 2. Core on the cross, held by Serlotic. It's 1-1. Expecting back and forth blows here in this series.
They clutched it. Narrow margins in the end from the attack of Orchid after leaving Kit outside, collected late, and I9 was in a power position to do something bar and clutch up, but did find himself susceptible to the death mark from Peeps late.
Big round from Peeps.
Meant that he was under quite a bit of pressure.
We got to speak to Lycolis back in the group stage about Peeps and what they feel like his ceiling is, and I think sky's the limit. We'll obviously speak about Crit J, and rightfully so, is probably the best Thai player currently.
Well, you say that, he's 10th rated in the league, 3rd for Orchid. He's been hot and cold this stage from what I've observed.
Well, in this stage, yes. Crit J, yeah.
Again, still a good level, just below his great level.
Well, I think if you were to go back a year ago, 2 years ago, around that sort of period, it was like Reaps was like #1, Crit J was like #2. Those two were kind of going back and forth.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, it's been the Reap's turd show for this stage, though.
5 seconds left.
Who would you put as the greatest of all time Thai player, though? That's maybe more of a question, I feel like, for James. That's the sort of question I think he would have an answer to.
The greatest of all time Thai player. Be Onigiri, right? Still?
Would you say Onigiri? Without bias?
Ah. Heart, yes. Brain, no.
Ah, yeah, but then what does the brain say?
Onigiri internationally, though, I would say was the best player. You can farm domestically, it's all well and good. If you're not qualifying for events, it doesn't mean squat. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Hot take, maybe, but...
All right. So what you're saying is probably room to maybe overtake Onigiri if you can get to some international events. For like some peeps in future.
Maybe. In a roundabout way, though, they may be relying on Weibo to get 2 spots back for November.
Yeah. Although in some ways it was Weibo's fault that 2 spots have also been taken away. Weibo giveth, Weibo taketh.
Top 4 hold here for Soul's Heart on this dining defense. Orchid are looking to contest with the Mav to facilitate some hard breach in through Office. The only dedicated hard breach available to them in this round. Electing to smoke breach, they don't have Glaz and playing into the Warden,
Yeah,
so we'll see if this works out well.
I'm pretty sure they know the Warden's piano. That looks like a slug. There we go, it's going to complete it.
A slug.
Well, it did.
Of all the things to describe that as.
Oh, there's many other things I could describe it as. There's another drone over to DCH at piano. Well, that has forced him off that position for
This is an
now.
incredibly slow chalet round, my word. Okay, well, on cue, a bit of action. DCH finds the first. BGMM was lurking over towards front door, but gets caught. Trench in the end.
That's the first shot, and what I imagine is about to be a flurry of them, surely, to Orchid, who have to now flood into the side. They lose another one. Soul's Heart not really getting tested much in this round.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing is happening. They walk in, Peeps is now dead. Trying to play piano with Crit J, but he's in some way baiting the rest of his team. While he did get 1 kill, that was it. That was a bit of a nothing burger kind of round from Orchid. Soul's Heart will get their 2nd round.
I want a refund on that round. I'm calling customer support.
By the way, that was kitchen dining as well, so they weren't even actually close to site. Like it was
just nothing happened.
Yeah, they just didn't do anything.
In fact,
we might actually go straight back there to bedroom and office, to be honest, as well.
They just never really got anything going with the Mav. A little pressure above. DCH was freely running around.
Surely. If you're banning the snake, yeah. So Deimos will go. Allah as well. I was thinking about that. It was played twice, but Allah's not one you look to and say, yeah, let's ban Allah.
Probably expecting should play then going forward if the Allah's banned out, you would imagine.
Someone has arrived to Rainbow Six. Of course, we've got the seasonal series. Jeez, that was quick. That was rapid. I didn't even get to go through that. Tactical timeout for Team Orchid.
Another example of the tactical timeout being used to extend the additional ban quote-unquote timeout. I wonder what's being said at this point of the round, or this point of the match. Both teams very much looking to settle in, still very early days. Only 3 rounds completed and likely plenty more to come over the next few hours.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be quite a grind.
I think it's going to be a strap yourself in kind of match.
I don't think we're finishing anywhere close to midnight or before midnight. 10:40 local for reference. We in it for the long haul.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much much earlier for them either.
No.
No, I think that's also just what you typically get from these two teams. A lot of back and forth. You're going to get swings of momentum, so it's especially for us watching as neutrals to not get kind of sucked into it when one team maybe gets 2 or 3 in a row and think, okay, well, they've got the control. Both teams have got the ability to get control of the particular map in a couple of rounds.
Oh, here is a following fact for that. So Soul's Heart have a 69% round win rate after losing 2 in a row. But interestingly, Team Orchid, that number only sits at 55%. So maybe limited data set, it's only one stage, I always have to keep saying it, but maybe just an insight to resilience issues. And if that does prop up in this best of 3, it's going to be interesting to see if that is a difference maker.
Lifted by Lion. Is that for Orchid? It would be.
Yeah. So a 59% win rate with Lion, 42 without.
Well, Peeps is playing the Lion. And it's going to be the first time that we're going to see the Lion in this half as well. Might bode well for them. Let's see if they can contribute more to that statistic.
Here's another fun
Also,
fact.
the Thorn literally just replaces the Ella anyway. It's just like a 1-for-1 swap. Well, I'm saying that's what they've gone with.
Sure. Does fill a bit of a different role. Having the Ella for the stun against Blackbeard is always convenient. Not to say that Thorn isn't strong in her own right. Another quick fun fact. Mr. Punch main Smoke, not playing it in this particular round. 70% round win rate with that operator though.
Yeah, Scatman
compared to the
playing
52% baseline.
Yeah, he's playing the mute. I mean, it's kind of a pick what you want between those two.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty interchangeable in terms of kit.
But yeah, same lineup essentially from the opening round on this site. It's just the Thorn in place of the Ella after the ban.
That's a kill.
I9, that's a freebie. But a Salotic elsewhere with the Twitch, able to get the kill onto Mr. Punch. Peeps goes down on the Lion. Well, there's that, what was it, 70% win rate? Although it's a round win percentage. It doesn't matter if he dies or doesn't die, just his presence, even though I don't think he used the Lion scan even once.
Oh, he used one.
Oh, he used one? Okay. Must have been pretty early in the round. That's enough. That's he's added value with the Lion.
He used it at the
2-minute mark.
2-minute mark. Just past it.
Well, 60 seconds left here in the 4th round. 3v3. Again, Orchid's pacing. I mean, minute 46, minute 17, 57 seconds, minute 30 in terms of the opening kills. We're not really seeing a lot of this fast-paced chalet, not a lot of window play.
Soul's Heart still with half wall control, courtesy of Scatman and 2 gas babes. So I think it's very unlikely, unless they clear Scatman, that the default plan is the win con.
I mean, you got, yeah, the 2 gas babes, 30 seconds. He can just kind of smoke them out now and force them to push through. Maybe go for an ego push. Oh, lovely pop-up headshot from I9 playing behind the deployable shield on top of the piano. I mean, it's almost expecting that ego push, but it's just not happening. Scatman does go down, but so does Salotic. Down crit J in a 1 versus 2 into red time. Oh, he loves these moments, but he is low on health. Doesn't fully clear out piano. Soul's Heart defends successfully again. Orchid, even with the Lion, unable to win the round. Yeah, it's also 3-4 in terms of opening kills. Soul's Heart have started nicely here.
Yeah, it's a big pick from DCH there to just maintain momentum in the round. It could have unraveled pretty quickly after the half-wall kill and clear.
So I was just playing my
You're doing the water bottle flip like it's
but with my
2017. Hand. Yeah, it has been a strong start. And so now we get to test that resilience of Orchid. As I mentioned before, after losing 2 rounds in a row, it's a 55% win rate. They've now lost 2. Soul's Heart have some meaningful momentum. Can Team Orchid find a way out of this hole?
It's like I said before, though, to not get kind of overwhelmed with the fact that, yeah, okay, Soul's Heart have won 3 of the last 4 rounds, but that doesn't mean it's going to continue in that direction. Yeah, Orchid certainly have the ability to win rounds themselves, close out this half, get to bring it back to 3v3 on the scoreboard. So, yeah, Soul's Heart need to stay locked in if they want to maintain this lead or extend it. The concern for me is not even the scoreboard, it's definitely the opening kill. So 4 from 4 in terms of conversion. Peeps is the only player for Orchid that's actually picked up an opening kill so far. And the other concern is actually even beyond that. The multi-kills, it's 3-0 in favor of Soul's Heart. So they are winning these rounds. Mark gets a 4K in the first. DCH gets a 3K in the third, 9-9 to 3K in the previous round. So that's 3 different players, 3 different multi-kills, and none from Orchid. There are a lot of concerns, but not losing faith in Orchid at all. The mega concern is Clubhouse. They just haven't played it at all this year. 0-0, banned 8 times by them. Soul's Heart.
That's the ace up the sleeve.
Well, I mean, it's not like Soul's Heart have only played it once themselves, and they beat Sark & Company 8-6. That was 2 weeks ago. It's not as if it's say like a fundamentally amazing map for them. Although interestingly, Soul's Heart for Chalet, this is their least preference map, despite having a 2-0 record. They just banned it a lot. 3-4 record for Orchid here on Chalet. They don't ban this map at all. They do like playing
Sophia
it.
below, maybe?
Sophia is below trophy stairs.
Just spam him.
Oh.
You got 3 spams, Crit J. What
Well,
do you use your utility?
He's pushing up
You know
instead.
he's there.
Oh, I9 could vault this and probably kill him himself. He's still got the yellow ping. I9, hello, wake up! You just got triple yellow pinged and he's pushing up the stairs. Both of them have got question marks in that moment.
Both a bit asleep at the wheel there. That was weird. Crit J took a low percentage play then, but gets away with it. He had triple impact and still does. And we saw it from Turd, the triple spam back on Cons. It is going to be an effective tactic. It's the new hot nade, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be a reverse strat. Can get 2 for the down and the 3rd for the finish.
Well, the extension for Soul's Heart has not paid off either. Now they fall back library side and it's a 4v3 in favor of Orchid. Orchid can start to move a little bit here, please. There's only a minute left, guys.
Thanks for using your manners. That's very...
Please.
Yeah, some of the pacing in some of these rounds have been a little strange. We saw it from Daystar in particular, a little slow in the last series, and Team Orchid here finding it difficult on Chalet, but they do have that player advantage and they need to capitalize. If they don't, it's a 4-1 lead for Soul's Heart.
They got away with it last time on this side. This is where they got that 1 round win. Remember, they left the kid outside front entrance and then they were able to sneak into bar last second. Well, they got a player advantage here, 20 seconds left, but they could have easily had far more time. So Lotic just gets an absolute fortunate headshot because Scatman had read him completely. Scatman's having one of those games where nothing's working for him. 0 and 5. Then Mr. Punch will fall. Mark over towards Barstock. Caught by Peeps. They've done it again on Bar Games. Snatched it at the death. They like their red time round wins on this site. There's 2 for Orchid. Look, they're not doing this in probably their best style of play or the best we've ever seen them, but they are still doing just enough to stay hanging around here on Chalet.
Yeah, it was 20 seconds on the clock when Select got that kill on the vert.
And that could have easily gone the other way.
Yeah, especially with Barstock still in play late as well. So fair play to Team Orchid there. By definition, clutching up these rounds, and it's enough to remain competitive. They've met the benchmark, although 3 on Chalet is probably a little more optimal. So we'll see if they're able to achieve that down to Kitsch Dining for the final round of the half.
I mean, the concern is Bar Games is the only site they've won, and both times on said site, they've done it in a pretty unconventional way.
Hasn't been the most convincing half.
Yeah, leaving the kid outside in one of them, and then in that round, they kind of wasted about 40 seconds. I'd say maybe wasted is probably the wrong word of choice, but certainly very slow in their approach towards the site and could have picked up their pacing in a 4 versus 3 environment. That was also the first round. The opening kill was not converted here on Chalet. We break that streak.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Which is more unfortunate for Soul's Heart because they were the ones that got that opening pick. They've got 4 of the 5 in this half, dominated in the early portion of the rounds. I say early, but all of the opening kills have essentially been midway or lower in terms of time. We're not getting any of these fast opening kills, 2.5 minutes or anything around that range. Although I've said that, I'm sure it'll happen now.
Yeah, it's been pretty conservative from Team Orchid. Soul's Heart equally aren't, trying to force too many hyper-aggressive fights early, and that's why we're being led into a lot of these stalemates with little time then remaining on the clock. Last time out, Orchid on this side in particular really struggled to have any meaningful control or presence or pressure above. They dropped the Mav, replaced it with the Ace. I think that's a great choice. The Mav was really slowing things down last time, and they never really were able to dislodge those defenders up above. And so a combination with the Thatcher to counter the Kaid, it's pretty simple to open up this time and start exposing half wall. Mr. Punch will hold the line as you would expect from a member of the defense, but he gets his head ripped straight off.
Yeah, I mean, that feels like that's similar to what happened with Solotic beating out Scatman at the close of the previous round. Orchid have been a little fortunate in some of these fights. I mean, they've been some really genuine 50-50s that they've had go their way. Credit to Peeps, though. He's now up to 6 kills. I mean, Peeps just continues to go strength to strength after every stage that we see him developing more and more. A lower bracket semi-final elimination game. He's rising to the occasion for Orchid. And they've yet again got another player advantage.
As we saw there in the pips, Sun was opening up the route down below for the plant win con now for Team Orchid. They could look to commit to the plant and just cover enough of the vert up above that they're not susceptible to plant denial from that vert position. Team Orchid don't have to commit to a full clear above, and it seems as if, as we can see via the outlines, that's what they'll go for.
Oh yeah, but I9 with the DMR from West Main. I9 a second one onto Solotic. And he's holding down the fort towards the site, but he's losing troops around the map. He's got one more still up above in DCH. As Peeps connects, he finds his second kill, shuts down the main man. Air jab dislodging DCH. He's going to keep him quite late to denying any chance of this. Lycolis will get it successfully down. It seems as if we're going to be tied at the half. DCH must get this kill and do so quickly. So low on health for Crit J over towards Closet. And so is Peeps as well towards Fireplace. Could have gone pistol out on the swing. But still closes the gap, and as you say, gotta move very quickly here and go for this counter defuse. Doesn't have the time. The longer angle being held by Peeps, and backfilling up above inside the office will be Lycolis. Unfortunately for DCH, it's not gonna happen. This is why I said at 3-1 in favor of Soul's Heart. Don't get your hopes up, because this series will continue to go back and forth all the way through the night. It's 2 straight for Orchid. We are tied at the half.
Wow. Wow. Very, very well done, Jake. You really brought the energy there. I'm loving it. As we're into the role swap timeout, it's 3 rounds apiece, Pengu, and no surprises here. Our 2 teams from Thailand that always give us a show are continuing to do so here on Chalet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We spoke about I9 and how like Soul's Heart are very dependent on his performance in particular.
Yeah.
But it's actually been both Mr. Punch and Scatman falling short, having a 0-6 and 1-5 scoreline, yet it's still tied 3 apiece.
Yeah, I remember it was only a few years ago when Scatman, back when he was called Sapper, back when Oregon was in the pool,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you were casting with me at that point. I was casting with Mandy, but he got such a good reputation for holding onto freezer stairs on Oregon with the smoke. And at that point in time...
That's Mandy.
Yeah, so great. It was really iconic. He was like one of the best players in APAC at that time. And yeah, the thing about Soul's Heart is it does feel like there's that inconsistency over time, you know, different players being required to be the heroes from game to game. Otherwise, the team doesn't perform. Even just looking at that, I mean, you threw some names. You look at it, first round, Mark had a 4K, including a 1v1 clutch. DCH had a 3K later on. I9 had a 3K. And, I mean, at the end of that half, then it was a pretty decisive round, despite, who was it, Peeps on that or DCH on that retake, you know, using all of the time left to make it into a technical 1v1. That was a convincing win for Orchid. That was Orchid's attack. Now we switch halves. Orchid on defense. I feel like, if I'm going to hedge bets, split hairs here, I feel like Orchid are on paper the favored team. But moving on to defense, Chalet, not easy.
Not easy at all. I would say favorite up until this very moment, because now we're going to the Soul Heart's better side, I9's better side typically. The Solid Snake, the Demos, the Shield Operators, there are way more easy ways to cheese a couple of kills. So even players like your Mr. Punch and Scapman, who's yet to find the scoreboard, they're now going to have so many better ways of doing so. So I really do think that I'm going to favor Soulside myself here.
Sorry, it's a bit of
Would love to see
local wildlife made its way
I was
onto
gonna
the set.
say local wildlife. Okay, but I see a Sami ban, low key, maybe a Sami clash even.
Let's have a look. Second half bans time.
Let's have it.
I love to see Soul's Heart on the
Solid Snake
attack.
ban as well, by the way.
Dockerby. Okay, I'm curious if the Solid Snake will stay in. Was it? Am I remembering correctly? Was it Scatman played, or maybe it was Critchy? I can't remember. Soul's Heart played a bunch of the Solid Snake on this map in particular.
Yeah, I9 played a lot of it. I think Mark might also played it, but I think I9 was the one who started that for them.
Oh, it is allowed to
Demos
slip
does
through.
get banned in the end though.
Yeah, the Wamai ban though, Pengu. Wamai Denari as the two bans from Soul's Heart onto Team Orchid's defense. Before we toss it back to Jake and Gus, anything to say about the Wamai bans? I know we've seen a few of them now.
I mean, hey, you buff an operator by a little bit, and pro players figure out very quickly that that can change the entire meta. Again, stacking all my with the Jaeger and top blue and a bar defense makes it almost impossible to attack. And if it's between Jaeger or my, Jaeger got the weapon buff, Wamai got the gadget buff. So it's probably going to be a Wamai ban more than a Jaeger ban, just like looking into the far future.
Yeah, half the round so far. We've also seen that Sophia with her new concussion and new explosive charge added as well. Oh, look at that. Summer Series. Cheeky. I saw that little banner there for a second.
And it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. But yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware. There's a little cheeky T2 tournament called the Summer Series. You guys should sign up for it. But for now, let's focus up on the Tier 1 boys. It's Orchid and Soul's Heart into the second half. Thank you, Nick. Let's toss it back to Jake and Guz.
What did they do to Rob?
Yeah,
what happened to Rob?
Yeah, I don't know. He's a big boy. It's hard to tie him up.
Is he punched out for the night? Is he done?
Yeah.
He doesn't work past 11 p.m.
No, he doesn't. That was a really good throw though from you, James. That was much better.
Well, the standard's been pretty low.
Yeah, well,
Low
he is
bar.
sick.
Yeah, true.
He is sick. Given the pass. 3-3 though. I mean, look, as I said before, this is going to be the kind of series where a team gets on a little bit of a run, feels like the momentum shifting, and it can quickly shift back. And I think that's the easiest way to explain kind of what's happened here. Soul's Heart really got off to a fast start, Cuz, and maybe Orchid at times even doing some questionable things. And yet they win it the next two.
We question Orchid's ability to bounce back from 2-round loss streaks. They did. Now it's an opportunity for
Soul's Heart
to return turf. So we'll see if that does reign true. They do have the first defensive round here in the second half. And so arguably their now strongest side to display and should put them in good stead.
Yeah, Bedroom Office wasn't successfully won on the attack in the first half, so should prove to be difficult as well for Soul's Heart. We'll see what they can do on it.
Shell and play.
The Dockerby Damos ban leads me to believe that Orchid are probably going to get rid of their Solid Snake at some point. Maybe the Sophia, but probably the Solid Snake. Denari and Wamai bans. Both pretty much doubling down into the same kind of categories. Oh, swing up close. Crit J just wins the battle against DCH. That was one that could have easily just come down to a matter of who swung at the right time, who got the timing down pat. Crit J just beats out DCH on the Sophia. Been a good game as well so far for DCH, and that's not the player that you want to be losing. Scatman, by the way, still yet to get a kill, and Mr. Punch only the one. Puts pressure onto I9 and Mark in this 7th round. 60 seconds left to go. If we spoke about Orchid's slow pace on their attack, Soul's Heart aren't really too much quicker.
Yeah, Crit J is still in the tuck position and there's been no utility laid into this spot. They know where he is, but dislodging Crit J is proving to be a challenge. I9 takes space. Now has the close angle. Who catches the better timing? Crit J. Well, I think it was I9 that caught the timing, but Crit J.
Crit J
with the mouse in hand.
When we spoke about him earlier in the night, you said, well, he's not had the best stage thus far, and I agree. And the stats show that. But when Crit J's at his best, he's still up there as one of the best that Thailand's ever produced in this game. Mark and Scatman get one apiece, though. They bring it back to a 2 versus 3. 20 seconds remaining in this round. They must move forward and do so quickly. They've left Crit J behind, still alive inside a library. He goes prone, can't connect on the shots. Heading into red time in this 7th round. Again, looking for the ace. He'll go pistol. He'll find it. He's one of the region's best. Crit J with all 5. Barely makes any kind of remark. Team Orchid have won 3 straight. They take the lead for the first time here on Chalet.
Yeah, and I'm just going to have a quick look back because this was such a pivotal moment in the round with Crit J holding that key position in the tuck. And it was a 2-man split in the end to try and pinch him out of this position. But unfortunately, both Mr. Punch had smokes, so he can't really flush out of this position. But I9 critically did have a frag grenade available that could have been used to potentially dislodge him from that position, get him into the line of sight of Mr. Punch. Didn't play out that way. And that individual moment from Crit J set the defense up for success.
What should have they done, Mr. Punch and I9 here?
Use the frag grenade.
It's a frag grenade, 3, 2, 1s.
And time, because they also missynced the push later on as well. I mean, we'll let the clip play out, but even beyond that, it was just a mistime. I9 swings, the disconnect on the vault was a little bit late from Mr. Punch. It was just, unfortunately, overall, a bit of a mess.
And with that, it does give the advantage over to Team Orchid. They go up around 4-3. Crit J up to 13 kills. Like Colas yet to find a kill. Does not matter. And Scatman did get one at the end in the exchange of kills to close the round out. I've got 179 EPS here for Crit J, which is the highest apparently he's had all stage long. Again, overall, coming into tonight, it hasn't probably been his best stage up to this point.
You know what's even crazier about that clip that I highlighted that I didn't quite catch beforehand? I9 actually picked up a frag grenade using the Solid Snake passive and then still didn't deploy it there for the clear. So that was just a shambles in that round for Soul's Heart, unfortunately.
First ace of the stage as well for Crit J. I'm still hearing shooting. Hearing flash out. Oh! Jeez! Crit J gets the pick onto I9. He is hot right now, up to 14 as Mr. Punch falls. So there's that momentum swing. I think it's going to have to be timeout time for Soul's Heart. They need to talk things over because it's looking like 4 straight for Orchid.
Yeah, they're looking pretty polished on defense so far.
I mean, you just saw him shoot through the wall. Where else could he be? Mark didn't even look at it.
I think the pressure's maybe just getting to them a little bit here at the moment.
Scatman to avoid flawless, but it does not matter. It's about to be 5 for Orchid. They will...
What are you doing? Why are you talking like that? Oh, it's an outside Fenrir. What are we watching?
They were 1-3 down. They do avoid the flawless.
Okay.
Oh,
it worked. He looked for the nitro and then Crit J peaked.
Well played. So, trouble brewing now for Soul's Heart. It started as probably best possible. 3-1 lead. They probably should have won bar games in the second round. There is that tactical timeout, but it's now 4 straight to Team Orchid.
I need to turn my music dial up a little bit. It's very faint for me.
There we go. Yeah, that's much better.
I need to lock back in here.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good, Jake.
Is that good?
Yeah, I can feel the tension.
You want it like there or you want...
Ah, that's good.
You want it there?
No, that's
More?
good.
Okay. You just let me know. I'll turn your dial anytime.
It does feel a bit like a... I know we were talking about Christopher Nolan earlier today. It feels a little bit like an ambient he may have in a movie.
Yeah, well, it started so well for Soul's Heart. Where's it gone wrong?
Yeah. Look, the entry for them in the last handful of rounds has gone against them. It's been a struggle. DCH has gotten caught out both times on defense, playing both times on attack, pardon me, playing that Zofia. So that's probably then not helped in some of the util clearance later on. It's been fairly trap heavy in terms of the lineup, with a bit of catch, at least in round 8 for the defense. And then I think just they've been commanding the map, and mechanically, Team Orchid look really confident in this second half. So it's a tough one for Soul's Heart.
It's a combination of things, yeah.
Yeah.
But as I said before, and I'll stand by this again, you know, you think, and I literally, it's funny I said this at the start of the game because we've had it now. Started with Soul's Heart, now it's with Orchid. So when you think, okay, well, Orchid now are in the driver's seat, they're going to be able to get to that finish line first. They've won 4 straight, they're in cruise control.
Sometimes the tortoise wins the race in these kinds of games.
That's the thing. I'm not counting out Soul's Heart just yet.
5 seconds left before insertion.
But they do need to get a wriggle on.
Attacker's objective is to defuse
Time for the tortoise to cheat. That's what he does in the...
Does he?
I can't remember the story, to be honest. Or does the hair, like... Oh, no, the hair gets to, like, the finish line and then, like...
Runs out of energy or something? I don't know.
No, I think he, like, detours and he's like, I'm just going to chill. I've won this. I'm going to go, like, have a coffee.
Ah,
and then,
arrogance.
Like, and yeah, I think the arrogance gets to him. And then the tortoise just never stopped. I have no idea. I haven't...
It's a story about persistence and never giving up.
But, I mean, let's also be honest. It's also a story about just finish the race and you'll win. Like, the tortoise should never be winning the race. So, like, don't ever think you've got a chance if you're the tortoise. You kind of need the hair to throw.
Wow. That's the that's the glass half empty approach of looking at it, sure.
I mean, if you go through life thinking as a tortoise that you're going to win every race, you're not going to go very far in life.
That's like the nihilism take on the tortoise first there. Oh boy. Do you reckon that's how teams feel when they have to take a Weibo that they're the tortoise against the hare?
In this region, probably. Here you go, Lycolas goes down early, missed the punch with a double. Out of the tactical timeout, good words have been spoken by Nano.
The hare's back alive. It's back in the race.
Yep.
The coffee's done.
It's trying to catch the tortoise who's appearing close to that finish line. Very slowly for Orchid. And not much they can do. They know they're getting hunted down. You can feel the pressure that Critjay's under. Scatman is able to avoid that Nitro Cell. They're able
he's
to
under
push
so much
forward.
pressure, but he knows he can't forfeit this position.
No. He's also running out of teammates. Goes for the swing of the window. Good shotgun kill. Push back down, though, by the Monty. Scatman, it's the headshot. 5-4. Swing around that roundabout. Just when you think the momentum is yours, it's going to come back the other way. Unless Peeps can win a 1 versus 4.
Improbable, but not impossible.
Ooh, obs blocker.
That might be the first time I've ever seen an obs blocker do something. It's kept his position classified for now.
There's no way. Nah. Can't get a people blocker.
You know, funnily enough, when the obs blocker first got introduced, there was actually a bug where if you place them all, I think you had, it was like 5 or 6, like right next to each other, it actually could block bullets until they fixed it, but... I do hope that at some point, especially given that we're in this buff phase, the obs blocker, can we do something to make it a bit better?
What would you do? What would you suggest?
Good question.
I think the easy answer would be...
the easy answer would be you make it like a mute. That would be the easiest answer, but then you also take away from the uniqueness of mute. That would be a good question for Nick. I'm sure he's got some much smarter
I mean,
take
Nick
on
is
that.
smart, but I don't know if he's that smart.
No, he's pretty smart.
Oh.
What would you do?
I mean, it's like, what are you competing with, really? As
The other
like,
caveat...
that's the thing. So you've got to get it on a similar level.
Well, the other caveat to this discussion as well is we've kind of moved into a meta where droning's less relevant because you've got the Deimos and you've got the Snake, so obs blockers are just inherently worse because droning's less effective. Plus Solace.
What if there was a, what if it blocked other things? What if it was just a blocker?
Okay.
And just blocked everything.
You got a deployable shield.
10 seconds remaining.
Thank God you're not on the balancing team.
5 seconds to go.
I don't mean a deployable shield. I mean in the sense that, you know, hiding certain gadgets behind it. I don't know, like...
Hopefully it gets some love at some point.
It just feels as if it's been really kind of left behind. A little archaic.
A little bit like Thunderbird.
Thunderbird. They tried with Thunderbird.
They've tried a few times.
What, did they bump it by like 5 or 10 on the Kona Station hill and then they left it again? And they were like, yep, job done everyone, let's pack it up. Thunderbird's fixed. Well, let's see if Soul's Heart can keep the gravy train going. Bedroom and office again, though. That does spell a little concern because it has not been won by either of these two on their attacks. I also liked the strategy that they employed in the previous round, Soul's Heart, which was leave Crit J till last. We'll deal with everyone else first.
Not the worst way of going
It's
about
one or
things.
the other. It's either him first or him last. Nothing in the middle.
He really is farming in this matchup, and also an 89% cost, so he's not just stat padding in the odd round. He's consistently having impact at a 1.78 KPR.
It's a large cost.
It's huge. I don't think I've ever seen a cost that big.
I do like this pace, though, from Soul's Heart. You know, we've been kind of touching about the pacing from both teams on their attacks, and this is a little bit better. Straight through Mez. No funny business. Obviously not being defended by Orchid, so they're playing it pretty default, although Critche basement is his position known. Have they scouted this out? Have they droned it? So that's something to keep an eye on. BG Man will set default half wall and making his way over towards Fireplace Stairs. No. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
He fakes us all out.
Yeah. Jeez. I think he's going to go up West Main.
Time ticking, 70 seconds on the clock. And a formidable hold still above here for Team Orchid to play off defensively.
Up Library?
What's the game plan for Soul's Heart? They're probably looking to try and leverage the Blackbeard here, but easier said than done with those yokais.
I wonder if Critche is just simply waiting for Soul's Heart to get into a position where it's like, okay, we know 100% this is how they want to play this round.
Once they commit.
Now he's up Library Stairs.
He'll just sit and wait. He's in a perfect spot. No dedicated flank point for the attack.
Well, I don't know where BG Man's going. I mean, I know the frag
really have an option.
obviously didn't have an option to really fall back, but also didn't need to be in that spot in the first place. Critche is going to have to make that move and do so rather quickly, not being watched on that first floor, so he can actually go up, not contest it. I don't think watched at all, and there's no real flank. It's not as if there's air jabs that are going to stop it. Never mind, he's edge watching. Sorry.
He was being watched.
He was being watched on that second floor. Down to Solotic and Lycolis. Lycolis hasn't had a kill, but he doesn't need a kill to win this round. He just needs to deny the plan. By the way, Kit is, this is getting a little spicy. 6 seconds. Where's the Kit? Lycolis does get a kill. I9 has got it. 2 seconds left. Going for the plant. Lycolis, does he have the chance? No, it's the Bailiff. It's the Grim. He rushes him. Oh, that got really spicy.
Oh. I was just in autopilot mode. I genuinely just thought the plant had already gone down, but I was clearly mistaken. We saw the plant initially committed to sort of around that time window in which Critche went for the flank. The plant was looking to be stuck, but then I think they were maybe nervous of Peeps below because the Solace wasn't in play at that point in time. I don't know if that's directly what prompted it because Peeps was on another planet. He was ages away, but either way, they still got it done. I think they tried to then transition into the kill win con and then identified that that wasn't really on. There was Peeps on the Solace, came through late. I mean, about 3 seconds on the clock, they recommitted.
It was definitely Peeps that... Well, the thing is, Peeps didn't get Mark off, but Mark respected Peeps enough and got off it himself.
Either way, they won the round. Hey, as a wise man once said...
Can't criticize a win.
When you're on attack, you can't criticize a win.
Well, just in general, you can't criticize a win. Doesn't matter what you're doing. It's like if you're playing chess and you blunder your queen, but you still go on and win the match.
Well, then your opponent sucks.
Yeah, but you made a critical error, but you still won, so you don't criticize yourself because you won. Don't beat yourself up when you win. If you lose, absolutely, beat yourself up. Straight up. That's what I do every Xenox Goes Pro. I mean, it's, you know, I take it to heart. I don't know if you realize we didn't do it today because I just said I needed more time to train.
Well, thankfully, the 1v1 playlist has been re-added, or is to be added back into the game. So
yeah, but no one wants to 1v1 me. I asked Nick the other day, and he said, no, it's a waste of time. Sorry.
Well, he's also on 350 ping.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
And
want
then
to
James
either.
is sick. Rob doesn't know how to play the game. You're too good. I mean,
Oh, that's very kind. I don't think I am that good. but
maybe I
sure.
can ask Alex.
Oh, you'd beat him easily.
Okay. I'll ask Alex.
That wouldn't even be a challenge.
So back to 5-5, 2 in a row for Soul's Heart. Oh, that was so close to getting both. But the fact that I9 is revivable, that is no opportunity for it to get neither. In the long run, yes, he'll be low on health. But Orchid will be none the wiser that that could have been both I9 and DCH. Very close. Very fine margins.
It was. Regardless, still a nice nitro and at least some value extracted, although I9
Really good observing, by the way, to catch that.
able to get back on his feet. I don't know if that was that shown live?
It was.
Well, hopefully we get another look back in the post round because it was quite a nice nitro.
I reacted to it, so I don't know what you think I'm watching. 90 seconds. Round 11, 5-5, break point.
Oh, good info gathered from like Colas, the 2-stack library side, and can get that Yokai back towards the objective. So a good condition available for the defense in terms of denying plant.
Well, you got 2 bulletproof cameras, plus you've got the ADS devices as well. Like, having those extra Roteros may end up being a difference maker. So the fact that I9 was revivable will be certainly helpful. Still plenty of frag grenades as well. Well, I9 gets the opening kill. How about that for helpfulness? For him still being revivable. And Mark catches out Peeps, looking to try and retake up into Library. We're going to go over the plant inside of games. That's the capital of DCH. They're too concerned, though, on this top floor. That plant will be successful. I9 falls, but so does DCH quickly. Now the advantage is with Orchid on the defense. Quick to react in that post-plant scenario. As soon as it started, they're looking to try and end it. Scatman just gets swatted by Crit J. He goes up to 18 kills on the verge of a 20 bomb. And he may get it, but it won't be in this round because there's only one left. He missed the punch. But playing outside in the post plant, there's one, expecting the second. Can he somehow get all 3? Indeed he can. That is a mega blow from Mr. Punch, an all-time play in this region. It doesn't get much better than that.
They went for the double play outside and it doesn't pay off. Big risk taken. And I don't know if it was a miscomm or why they didn't drop at the same time, but it turns out to be a massive fault in their plan.
I think like Colas, I think like Colas has accidentally fallen off early. It has to have been a case that he's accidentally fallen off a little bit early, a little too much of a strafe to the right, and he's just dropped. And instead of the 3-2-1, we both drop at the same time. There is a delay.
Yeah, here's the replay. We're on the telestrator. So we see them get on the kit, right? Correct call. The remaining 2 players are both outside on the balcony. They just need to synchronize the drop. Drop at the same time. One of you is destined to die, and the second can get the trade.
3, 2, 1. Oh, never mind.
One down dead.
Yeah.
Crit J still above. I mean, it illustrates itself.
Yeah. We'll never know whether or not that was if that was accidental, clearly by Lycolas. Thank you again, guys, for the telestration. Good work on those tonight. We'll get back to the live program feed.
I feel like I'm on the NFL. You know how they do the little...
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun, isn't it? I hope we can actually get that for, you know, the majors and the SIs. That'd be good. I might put in a word with Blast.
Have a word?
Yep, I'll have a word. I'll get my people to talk to their people, and then we'll organize it. My people are, of course, RecGN. I think I just heard Rob spit out his drink or something. Mate, no, he's okay.
No, it is a very fun tool. And a great... Yeah.
I thought you just said he's a fun tool.
Well, he is a tool, but that's also a fun tool being the telestrator.
There's Soul's Heart. Oh, there he is. There's the boss man.
Yep. Sit up straight. Wait, what happened to Mr. Punch? Did he just fall off? Did I didn't see what happened. Too busy looking at Rob.
I would imagine he fell off the roof.
Maybe.
He can do whatever he wants after that last round.
It also doesn't matter. He's on the Brava, so his primary focus is drone work for now, but it could come back to bite him later on. The Cludges will be good in countering potentially the Mozzie,
And
Kaid even.
don't forget, in that round, we go all the way back to that Nitrocell at the very beginning, which almost could have got 2 players. Got the down onto I9. I9 ends up getting picked back up and then finds the opening kill. So there was a lot of things in that round that had to go right for Soul's Heart. This does give an opportunity for Crit J to embark upon 20+ kills, but I don't think he'll care if they end up losing this round. He won't care at all. He wants the map win, which requires this round win. Kitchen and Dining has not been won by Team Orchid on the defense in this half. But Peebs gets them off onto the right note. I should add, 11 rounds into this game, ladies and gentlemen, there's only been a single round that the opening kill has not been converted. A very high conversion rate. Nitrocell doesn't make it over to Scatman. He stays alive, and so does Crit J. Low on health, he remains still up and available on the water as Mr. Punch falls. No more heroics from him after his last round heroics. Got them to this point where OT is secured, but it looks like OT will be required.
Oh, we feel destined for OT now at this point. Unless Soul's Heart can produce something magical, then it's not to be a flawless conclusion to regulation.
Overtime required. Yeah, get that music. Just right into the soul. It just makes you want to play Siege.
The greatest game on earth. Bar none.
We are so fortunate for this bloody game.
It's not quite SI24, mate. Relax.
No, look, it always does feel good, though, when the storylines kind of follow the script.
We're not right often, so when we are,
yeah,
we
I'm not right often. So when I say this was going to be a roller coaster, when I said both of these two will have bouts of momentum, it has quite literally followed that script. So 3-1 lead initially for Soul's Heart, then 4 in a row to Orchid. It was just like out of nowhere, bang, 4 straight, then 3 straight to Soul's Heart. And now we're into overtime. And now this map has to come to an end. Orchid go double defense. But as we've seen so far in both of the halves, it's been 3-3 splits anyway. I don't think it's going to have too much of an influence. What is going on? What is that? Me on the big screen? No, but that's... I do worry about it. Hang on. Now we'll... Oh, boy.
Once it passes 11 p.m., the plot is lost very quickly
Yeah, well,
in this part.
Yeah, never mind.
You know, we don't have the beauty of being the NAL, for instance. I think they're starting their play days at about 5 o'clock in the morning local for finals. 7 or whatever it is. A more reasonable hour, some may say. So into OT and Team Orchid on defense. Starting sides, though, I suspect will be largely irrelevant, especially on a stalemate map such as Chalet. It should be back and forth. It should be competitive. And it wouldn't be a shock to see all 15 rounds required to separate these two. Who can step up going forward? Can Crit J continue his run? You could argue that his small misstep maybe put them in this position, but of course there's more than made up for that in other areas so far.
Well, Crit J with the man with 19 kills.
Exactly. It'd be very hard to put much fault on him.
Versus like Lycolis with 2. PG Man with 3. No, yeah, Crit J's done his absolute best.
Changing max.
Been a bit more of a well-rounded effort from Soul's Heart. That's a core 5. The punch with a Thatcher to disrupt the Kaye Claw so the Selmas can open up the main breach towards Office. But a second Claw has hit the wall. And finally, the mini obstacle will be cleared by Soul's Heart, but they lose I9 immediately outside of the Jigsaw balcony.
They still have double Nitro and the Solace below in basement. This is a precarious position for Soul's Heart.
But this Hollis is the big one as well. I mean, to be fair, they know where this plant's going down. You just get the ultra confirmation. Solus actually now on the rotate. Peeps can go up blue and make his way library stairs. It's the double Nitrocell, one over towards Piano. Scatman needs to react quickly. Oh, hang on, make that one Nitrocell because Mark finds the headshot onto Crit J. Nitrocell ripped, thrown by BG Man. No, didn't get the timing. He did not get that timing.
The Thatcher was active.
He was dead. That's the problem. DCH killed him before he could even throw it. Peeps though, lovely headshot onto Mr. Punch. And he's not done looking for more. Pushing in towards the blitz. 2 versus 2. Scatman just trying to stay alive. Mark has got the cross. Over towards big window, like Colas though, to get onto the kit. And he's got the angle. Yeah, that's a shoulder sticking out. Not much Peeps can do now. Soul's Heart will get themselves to 7. A valiant effort from Peeps, but he will run out of time. Blinded by Scatman. Pushed down by Scatman and shot in the head by Scatman. Where's that crazy gif of him with the head shake or whatever he did?
Wigging out.
I thought he was going to do something similar again. Either way, they get to 7. 2 rounds straight needed for Orchid, or Chalet will fall over to Soul's Heart.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest of positions there for Soul's Heart, but they had the Thatcher to cover Nitro threat. And then I'm curious as to the thought process for Peeps there on the Solace. I anticipated, especially with the impacts up, for him to go below for denial, but instead he pivots library. Now that could be because he is suspecting a cutoff or a player to be lurking below. So maybe showing a little bit too much respect to the attack, but ultimately going library stairs meant that his impact in the round, well sure he did get a little bit, it wouldn't have been near as significant as getting that diffuser on the ground. So,
but also at the same time, the 2 players that had Nitrocells both died before they could even use them.
And irrespective of that, they knew there was a Thatcher based on the early
know
clearance,
that,
so
but
it was
still
still always a bit of a long shot. Either way, though, Soul's Heart back in the lead, but the lead hasn't really counted for a whole lot in this matchup.
No.
I still feel like 15 rounds is needed. And then maybe 15 on club, and then why not 15 bank? Let's just go the full 45.
Yeah. When was the last time we did 45 rounds? Have we ever done 45 rounds?
I'm sure a 45 rounder has happened at some point in
Well, I
time.
mean, for you and I.
Oh,
I don't think so.
not very rare.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Probably. I mean, we've definitely done triple overtime at some point. Whether it's all 45, hard to say. Unlikely. Either way. Almost trying to speak it into existence for this series. Elimination game. For those that missed the earlier series, Weibo defeated Daystar in 3 maps. Booked their place in the grand final. Daystar will play the winner of Orchid and Soul's Heart. Loser of this series is eliminated. What a duo though, Crit J and Peeps. $32 kills combined for those 2. And then the other 3 combined sit at 15. Not sure if Scatman is disconnected here or not, but
No, he's just being patient. And there's been plenty of moments of patience required over the course of this series where typically the attack in dictating tempo and pace have been pretty reserved. And it seems like it may well shape up to be another round in that fashion where it's slow at the start. But like Colas on cue finds the first, he comes alive, he finds just his 3rd kill in the 14th round, but it's a massive one being the entry.
yeah, it's not about volume. It's not about quantity. It's about the quality.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Yes.
No, it's a good point. It is true.
Well, Peeps is going to be cautious, though, of Mr. Punch. Mr. Punch is going to push up. I think he's going to get the freest of kills. Yeah, Peeps, though, trying to lay out the air jab. Gets caught on the close angle swing.
Another one for
Another one from Lycolis. He's doubled his kills in this round. And the kills in this round matter a lot more than round 4. Yeah, all 15. All 15 needed.
Always the same between these two.
Yep. Neither of these two are going to win this series. Someone is just going to be ahead when we run out of time. When we run out of rounds.
When that tortoise crosses the line.
They're both the tortoise.
It's tortoise v tortoise.
Oh! What a shot from Scatman! And it does just leave the door slightly ajar for Mr. Punch.
Nitro
does
needs
have
to
the
hit the
Nitro
Nitro.
Cell. Needs to hit this. Oh my goodness, Goody! The timing is going to be close! He connects! Critcha immediately grabs it, repositions, middle of office, on the rug, rushing up library stairs. Mr. Punch for an all-time clutch for the second time in the same map. He connects. They're both so low. Shotgun versus prone. Shotgun up close. He very much went to the school of Shaffy Jeffy. He was watching. Mr. Punch does it again. Soul's Heart will close out Chalet 8-6. Jeff would be very, very proud.
No 15 rounds, Jake. No 15 rounds. I cannot believe he's won that.
What a clutch, Mr. Punch, for the second time on this map. He's the difference maker. Soul's Heart steals Chalet. The map pick of Orchid goes against to their rivals.
ก็รู้สึกดีว่าที่คนไทยนั้นได้มีการไปแข่งต่างประเทศบ้างทำให้รู้สึกว่าให้กับประเทศให้มีการผลักดันของประเทศไทยให้มากขึ้นในการแข่งขัน Esport ก็อยากให้มีการผลักดันพวกผมเพราะว่าพวกผมก็ทำเต็มที่มีทำชื่อเสียงกับประเทศก็จากการที่ไปแข่ง1-1ที่ญี่ปุ่นแล้วก็ปารีสผมรู้สึกว่าบทเรียนที่ผมได้รับคือผมต้องเต็มที่กับมันแล้วก็อย่าโลกอย่าตื่นเต้นอย่าทำนอกแผนเล่นให้เหมือนซ้อมถ้าคุณเมื่อไหร่ก็ตามที่เล่นไม่เหมือนซ้อมนั้นคุณก็จะพ่ายแพ้เหมือนที่ผมพ่ายแพ้ที่ปารีสก็แน่นอนว่าสิ่งที่พวกคุณจะได้เห็นผมเล่นก็คือช็อตกันอย่างแน่นอนลูกซองผมก็จะคงเล่นเหมือนเดิมมีตัวละครที่มีปืนแรกเป็นลูกซองและปืนที่2เป็นปืน SMG ที่ดีทีมที่ผมอยากเจอที่สุดก็คือทีมน้องกิจเจทีมเพราะว่าเมื่อก่อนนั้นน้องเคยอยู่ทีมนี้มาก่อนผมก็อยากจะทำให้บอสที่เลือกพวกผมนั้นไม่ผิดหวังในตัวผมก็ตอนนั้นมีรายการ1-1เข้ามาหลังจากที่มีการคัด SI เกิดขึ้นแล้วทีนี้ผมเห็นโอกาสว่าถ้าเราได้แข่ง1-1นี้แล้วเราชนะเราอาจจะมีโอกาสได้ไปแข่ง SI ที่ปารีสผมก็เลยเลือกที่จะลงแข่ง1-1ของก็ไม่เคยมีการแข่งขัน1-1มาก่อนแล้วผมเองก็ไม่เคยเล่น1-1มาก่อนก็เป็นสิ่งที่ครั้งแรกเป็นสิ่งใหม่ที่ผมได้ลองแล้วก็รู้สึกสนุกกับมันส่วนตัวนั้นผมเป็นค่อนข้างที่จะเล่นปืนลูกซองค่อนข้างเก่งอะไรอย่างนี้แล้วก็เป็นคนที่เมื่อแข่งที่แลนผมเป็นคนที่ไฮฟ์ผมเป็นคนที่ตะโกนผมเป็นคนที่เวลาเล่นแล้วเอาสุดเล่นแล้วจริงจังเล่นแล้วซีเรียสเล่นแล้วมันสนุกไปกับมันก็เมื่อไหร่ก็ตามที่ผมรู้สึกว่าผมตะโกนนั้นผมรู้สึกว่าตอนนั้นผมจะแบบเข้าฟอร์มเข้าที่รู้สึกว่ายิงค่อนข้างโหดเมื่อไหร่ก็ตามที่ได้ตะโกนนั้นผมก็รู้สึกว่ารู้สึกดีที่จะได้ทำก็ตอนที่ผมคัดไปญี่ปุ่นนะครับผมไม่รู้มาก่อนเลยว่าคนที่ได้ที่1นั้นจะได้ไปที่ญี่ปุ่นผมก็เล่นชิวๆผมคิดว่าแค่ท็อป4ก็อาจจะได้ไปต่อแล้วอะไรอย่างนี้นึกว่าจะมีการแข่งขันเกิดขึ้นแล้วตอนนั้นผมก็เล่นไปเรื่อยๆแล้วได้ที่1ผมก็ไม่รู้ว่าได้ไปญี่ปุ่นแล้วหรออะไรอย่างนี้พอได้ไปญี่ปุ่นผมก็รู้สึกตกใจแล้วก็ได้ไปแล้วก็รู้สึกดีมากที่จะได้แข่งที่ญี่ปุ่นที่ APL ครับเพราะว่าไม่เคยแข่งที่ต่างประเทศมาก่อนเลยแล้วก็พอได้ไปแข่งแล้วก็มีคนมาดูอะไรอย่างนี้ผมก็ชอบที่จะแข่งแบบนั้นแล้วก็รู้สึกไม่กดดันที่จะแข่งแบบมีคนชมก็รู้สึกดีมากที่มีพี่ๆโซฮาร์ดมาดูแล้วก็เชียร์ผมตอนแข่ง1-1 ถึงแม้วันแรกผมจะแพ้แล้วผมต้องไปแข่งใหม่อะไรอย่างนี้ ก็รู้สึกดีที่มีพี่ๆคอยเชียร์อยู่ที่ตรงหน้าสแตนก็เมื่อตอนที่ผมได้ไปแข่งปารีสผมก็โทรหาพ่อโทรหาแม่ก่อนเลยว่าผมได้ไปแข่งปารีสนั้นพ่อกับแม่เตรียมรอดูได้เลยแล้วก็สิ่งที่ผมเตรียมตัวไปในการแข่งที่ SI ปารีสก็คือผมก็บอกกับตัวเองว่าผมก็คงยังเป็นผมเหมือนเดิมในการที่เล่นลูกซองเหมือนเดิมดิชั่นหญิงเหมือนเดิมก็เมื่อตอนที่ผมได้ไปอยู่บนเวทีใหญ่ที่ปารีสผมรู้สึกว่าโอ้นี่แหละการแข่งขันของจริงมีคนดูเป็นพันที่มาคอยดูผมรู้สึกดีและรู้สึกตื่นเต้นกับมันนะครับก็เมื่อตอนที่ผมเจอสลิมเชดี้นะครับแต่ทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างนั้นเป็นไปตามแผนทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างเป็นตามแผนที่ผมคิดไว้ผมชนะแมตช์แรกผมขึ้นนำ 3-0 แต่ว่าพอหลังจากนั้นผมรู้สึกว่าตัวเองนั้นไม่ได้เล่นตามแผนไม่ได้เล่นตามที่ซ้อมรู้สึกว่าตอนนั้นคิดอะไรไม่ออกแล้วก็ไม่ได้เล่นตามที่ซ้อมก็เลยรู้สึกเสียใจที่แพ้แล้วก็อาจจะมีร้องไห้บ้างอาจจะมีเสียใจแต่ก็ตอนนี้ก็ผ่านมาหลายวันแล้วก็ปรับตัวได้แล้วก็ทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างที่ผมแพ้ผมก็จะปล่อยออกไปแล้วก็มองถึงอนาคตไม่ยุ่งกับมันถึงแม้ว่าคิดแล้วเราจะเสียใจแต่ว่าเราก็ปล่อยมันไปแล้วเราก็มองแต่อนาคตก็รู้สึกว่าไฟยังคงอยู่แล้วก็อยากจะไปแข่งที่สเตทอีกแล้วก็แน่นอนว่าถ้ามีโอกาสเข้ามาผมก็จะทำให้มันได้เต็มที่เพื่อที่จะไปอยู่จุดนั้นให้ได้แน่นอนว่าพอได้เห็นว่ามีการบอกว่าจะมีญี่ปุ่นเมเจอร์นั้นผมก็เห็นแล้วผมรู้สึกว่าถ้าผมไม่ได้ไปเนี่ยผมคงเสียใจแน่ๆตอนนี้ผมก็จะเต็มที่ให้กับมันแล้วก็พยายามถึงที่สุดที่จะได้ไปแข่งที่ญี่ปุ่นเมเจอร์
Well, that matchup, I tell you what, was far more entertaining than anyone could have expected due to one individual. Mr. Punch. I tell you what, he lived up to his name, didn't he?
Punch. Mr. Punch. Yeah, he was phenomenal. Went full secret agent mode. Unreal. A bunch of big clutches for Soul's Heart. And it's funny because it's really what we were talking about, just a different player. You know, we said that Soul's Heart like to go big when it's individual players stepping up. We talked so much about I9. He was pretty quiet today. It was Mr. Punch. It was all about the value from his big moments. Not that he was the only big player in the server. Talk about Crit J. I think he just hit 20 kills by the end of the game. But it still wasn't enough for Mr. Punch. 1v3 post-plant. His reaction was unreal. And then not long after, of course, clutching up the whole game as well.
I think his reaction was even better here. Yep. Please tell me they go to player cams.
Yeah, his camera is frozen. What a damn shame.
That is unbelievable. After that first clip, I could only imagine what he would have done. But Nick, I think it goes to show, you know, like sometimes we talk about like really big, like stat players, right? That go absolutely crazy. And maybe you could loop in the conversation of Mark was very consistent. Mr. Punch only had 4 kills up until he hit that 3K on the jump out, and then you add that double kill at the end. Talk about an impact player. Holy crap, did he deliver?
He did, but that's the bit of a worry here for Soul's Heart, right? Because just like how they qualified for top 4 position for stage finals, it was I9 on Clubhouse against Second Company. He clutched up, they went to OT, and they qualified for this exact location. Now they're in BO3s with the same struggles and the same way to win the game. A player goes big, or they're gonna go home. And that puts them into a bit of a question mark about their, you know, their level, because the winner here goes up against Daystar. And I feel like that matchup is already predetermined because these two teams right now, their current level, they are just behind both Weibo and Daystar in my mind.
For sure. And let's remember here, coming into today, Team Orchid were regarded as the favorite team. They won the BO1 between these two teams in the group stage pretty convincingly at that. Team Orchid, though, they were the ones that picked Chalet. Soul's Heart beat them in OT with such heroics. Now we go on to Clubhouse, and Orchid have not played this map since the old Fury core of Crit J, Lycolis, and BG Man moved to this roster. So this is very much Soul's Heart territory and their chance to take this 2-0.
I feel like this is the first time we haven't seen a Wamai ban in a couple of maps, Nick. I mean, just kind of talking about the impact of what a Wamai ban kind of does to the meta right now. Like, how much is that going to impact a team if they have a set strategy and all of a sudden they have to take out the Wamai or leave the Wamai in?
Yeah. And I think that's exactly why you don't really opt for it here in Clubhouse for 2 reasons. One is that you're only really looking at operators like your Wamai and Jaeger for the CCTV catwalk rafters hold. That's where it's like super, super valuable. And the second option is, like you said, if you're banning that, something else gets left open. That's a big question mark. And Clubhouse is about strategy and executes. So you're going to try and keep this map as consistent as possible. So it's way too early in my mind to start changing those operator bans
just a quick one on Wamai. Nick, do you remember we also saw a bit of Wamai on the gym bedroom bomb site from Daystar with that really unusual way of setting up where they have a reinforcement where typically you would put a rotate between the 2 sites, and they play hard inside gym with Wamai magnets.
You say Daystar, wasn't that Kinotrope?
Oh, sorry, yes, no, that was Kinotrope. That was another spicy team. I'm glad that you, our resident APAC expert, remembers the different APAC teams better than me. Thank you. But yeah, no, absolutely, you're right. So we have seen some teams do it. I do wonder if these guys have been watching, but I think there's no better time to try new strategies like that.
That could be an angle.
As when an operator has just been buffed, as Wamai has.
Yeah, well, it's time to lock back in. In our industry, in our kind of area of the industry, Dev, there's a thing known as a throw, right? There's a soft throw and a hard throw. I'm not talking about in the server. Talking about that you do to another segment. And since you've been so great at throwing today, do you want to give me and the viewers an example of what a hard throw to the commentator sounds like?
All right. So as we get into it, it's map 2, Soul's Heart. Look it to take it in a 2-0.
Alrighty, James has done it again. He's
That's another soft one.
And cut off with another soft throw. He just doesn't know how to hard throw. But fortunately, Rob, who is an expert, will do the rest from here on out. We'll make sure of it. Mark gets the opening kill onto Peeps. Good start for Soul's Heart. As we get into the second series, advantage for Soul's Heart on the attack, but a good start. If they can win this basement side on the attack early would set the tone on the second map. Nitrocell from BG Man.
That would have potentially gotten 2 kills, by the way.
It still could.
I don't think so. It's too low. Oh, what?
I don't think so. It's too low.
Hey, that's... Jeez.
I went a little too hard on that one.
People in chat legitimately will be asking if you hate me after saying that.
No, but that's the kind of shit you do to me all the time. I finally get one back.
It's only taken 6 years.
6 years, I get one back. I'll take it. And BG Man will take it, to be honest.
Yeah, got it a little bit luckier.
He did get a little bit fortunate. That doesn't connect from TCH. That was close. Keep a barrier. Gets in the way. Now, I think right now, if you're Orchid, you'll just take the 4v4 into the final minute after losing Peeps really early into the round. Benefit, though, for Soul's Heart in the equal numbers. They do still have Scatman available on the Monty. And full belt of utility on the Capital.
Yeah, they'll be looking to layer the cap util correctly here. A couple flashes for the drop and even a smoke potentially to help cover that plant. And you look across at the belt available to the defense, it's pretty lackluster without that nitro for the drop. They're in strife. This should be a pretty simple drop plan.
Unless there's still some Vulcan canisters that are down there onto the site that haven't been popped yet, which could have an impact. Yep, there you go. There's one over towards the default plant, and with only 20 seconds on the clock.
They have a sledge. How is Lycola's playing here?
The fact he gets that kill onto Mr. Punch, and may even then get the one onto Scatman as well through the floorboard. Doesn't quite fully connect him. And then the pistol shot does land, but there's only 7 seconds left. The Flames are still up, by the way, from that Vulcan canister. Talk about free-range shooting for Crit J. He makes easy work of the drop down from the kitchen hatch. It's a calamity from Soul's Heart.
Oh, they cooked that big time. Oh. No, no, no. Firstly, they have Sledge. They're not verting correctly down into Armory, and like Colas was allowed to play in a position that at that point of the round should be essentially completely unplayable. Then because of that, there was chaos, and they didn't layer the utility correctly to facilitate the drop. There was also, I believe, a Goyo canister late that was popped, which also complicated things. And because that util wasn't layered, it meant that it was gun-up play. The defense wasn't forced to play utility for the denial, which ultimately they didn't even have. That really should have been an attacking win and a good start for Soul's Heart, but some big errors were made in that round.
Yeah, certainly. To me, though, I look at it more as a missed opportunity. Yeah, the errors were fundamentally not great.
If they layer the utility and they get sprayed down, that's a whole different story. They didn't put themselves in the most optimal position to win the round.
Yeah, I agree. Got the opening kill as well to begin with, and yeah, maybe got a little bit unfortunate with that BG Man Nitrocell that ended up at least getting one.
I don't know how. I'm still bemused.
10 seconds left.
Either way, though, that is a site that Orchid really should be winning anyway. For all intents and purposes, basement, clubhouse.
Very fair point.
So now we got a gym bedroom above. We go. Orchid facing elimination after losing their map pick of Chalet. Must now win clubhouse and bank. Soul's Heart. They do get a bit of a free punch here on Clubhouse, and this has become a bit of a trend. We've been getting all 3 maps in most of our series in the finals over the last few. 2 yesterday, and then, of course, 1 earlier today, so we're on at least a 3 streak. Which is interesting, because the APL region typically sees quite a lot of that farming simulator mode. The 2 O's are usually quite common. But I guess with the format that we've got this year, you know, instead of having like 6 teams, well, you're kind of getting the best of the best, and we're getting some of the best matches because of it.
So, Gym Bedroom, the side of choice for the second round. In terms of the attacking lineup here from Soul's Heart, they've elected to bring the Deimos for Vert Potential. I like the inclusion of the Flores as well here into the Azami, which will be kept at bay by that Deimos. And a successful opening fight for Soul's Heart, facilitated by the Selma. 1 through Kennels, 2nd through Cash. And Peeps falls.
Again, 2 mark. Again. Back to back. Jinx. You owe me a beverage. Yeah, and on the Warden too. I mean, that's also not great for Peeps.
And it's going to bring the quad flash into play. The smokes from Mr. Punch will now be more effective as a result. In fact, it's not even a quad flash, it's a, I don't know what you call a 6-piece flash, but it's that.
Hey, I think a 6-piece sounds pretty cool. They got a 6-piece.
I could go for a 6-piece nugget right now as well.
I've got some at home at the fridge. I'll
A
have it
midnight
later.
snack would be quite nice.
Oh, here's another Nitro Cell. This one, though, from Crit J, ineffective. It jabs out from DCH. I9's going to go horizontal, though, on the Deimos over towards construction. Will not be playing the Vert, and the plank going down inside the gym. Behind West. Oh, Markdo caught through the hatch. It's the old classic hatch position. Soul's Heart not aware of that. So Crit J playing below inside a pool. Mr. Punch. Good headshot onto Solotic, so they know there's one first floor. They know Lycolis' bathroom. They'll converge on his location. Grab the kit, reposition. He doesn't get a chance to grab it. Crit J is really quick to react. Surely he can't get another one. They just need to try and grab this diffuser. Got it. Okay, job done. Into bedroom, and Crit J will stay below. Has one chance with the impact. He doesn't go. Oh my god, he does! Crit J doesn't stop shooting. He finds the headshot. Round stolen away.
Damn, that is a really good play and a really good read. Either with information or anticipation, knew about that plant on the bed. And so he doesn't do the noob move of directly impacting underneath, but he opens up a line of sight. Ultimately, that wasn't even really enough. It ultimately ended up being a soft breach spray, but still a really, really good play.
Trying to go back and see if there was anyone on cams.
Let the expert take control,
right,
man. Give it here.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, okay, yep, nice, good job. No,
It was just a heads-up play.
Yeah. He just kept spraying.
He committed to it. It was a really good read.
Watch it back here as well. Very close.
I don't think he saw him.
No.
I don't know what he's saying. I can't lip read Thai, but probably calling them shitters or something. I don't know, but really good play.
Well, you know, what's interesting as well is...
Oh, yeah, that's just a pure spray.
Yeah.
Really good read.
It's 2-0, but it probably could be 2-0 the other way. This is a case of Orchid. They're just finger clawing on. They're staying alive in this game and in the series. Highest EPS of the stage for Crit J.
Don't get too excited, Jake.
Okay.
This is going to be another case where the next 2 rounds will go to Soul's Heart, then 2, then 2, then 2, and then 15 rounds, and we go to map 3.
And then same on that one until we get to 7-7 map 3, and it becomes just a one round. Let's just play one round and see who wins. Honestly, it'd be better if just both teams nominate a representation for a 1v1.
We'll just do a 1v1 to call it.
Crit J versus I9.
Reload style.
Well, cache and CCTV now all of a sudden becomes quite important for Soul's Heart, as they do not get the chocolates on the opening 2 sites.
And with the Wamai available, this site could well trend very defender-sided.
Yeah.
Good luck clearing Lycolis.
Especially this is where you very much can go Wamai and
maybe they don't need
Jaeger.
luck.
Keep a barrier towards the Monty, plus the Vulcan canister pop.
There's no catch affecting any of this utility, and still Lycolis stands.
May not be the catch, but there is still, of course, the Kiba Barry plus the Vulcan canister, so there is still utility being used by the defense.
Well, they've just used all their air jabs, and the Goyo was stalling out the Monty, so they've misplayed it. And now it opens up the path for Crit J to Nitro.
Yeah, if this connects, I'm happy to call round. Let's move on to the next one. 100%, this one's done. 100%, there is no world in which that Orchid will lose this. No chance. There are 60 seconds left. They still have rafters. The Monty is dead. Diffuser's on an island. I know that I'm joking in a lot of ways, but also dead serious.
Is that an angle?
Oh my god.
He's shooting the ponytail. It's not part of the hitbox.
But the ponytail's just a cosmetic piece, surely.
Oh,
dead anyway.
DCH just walks up.
Yeah, DCH is just like, you know what, screw this. Screw your ponytail. I'm rushing up the stairs. I know you're prone, and I know where you are. Good enough for me. Really big kill from DCH, and it goes from 100%. Suddenly now there's about 20% chance that Soul's Heart could pull this off. They do have one on the rappel. The biggest next obstacle is going to be getting this plant down at the server rack. You've still got a nitro cell left in the pocket from the Wamai.
Could it be another big miscall by Jake Xenox Venditti? It may well be.
It very well may be. Good clear. I9 goes down. 9 seconds left. Peeps will go again. Lovely kill. And Peeps has gotten at least enough damage to cause more disarray for the attack of Soul's Heart. DCH has to stick the plant.
Nitro.
He couldn't. He couldn't stick the plant. Orchid will win the round. 100% of the time, they will go on and do it. Orchid make it 3 straight. 3 straight rounds for Orchid.
I think he actually could have at least tried to stick it there, but either way, I think the Nitro probably would have ended proceedings had it have landed accordingly. So it's 3 straight for Orchid. And a strong start to Clubhouse. And again, another one of those situations where do we see an extension of this discussion between coach and team with a tactical timeout from Soul's Heart? I think it's probably a pretty good opportunity.
Yeah, this is the time to call it now if you're Soul's Heart. I think just have that extended break. Monty banned out, same with the Wamai. I thought maybe the Capital would get banned, but and also interestingly, the Capital not being brought in that round too. Maybe expecting far more of the catch play like Wamai Jaeger and making the Capital not as useful. Tactical timeout. Oh, it's tense. Get that music up for myself. There you go. Just got to really feel it. It's midnight here. We need to wake up, and this is the way to do it. 3 straight for Orchid. Elimination game. This is what we want to see. This is what we want. And as I said all the way back at the very beginning of Chalet, expect the roller coaster in a series like this. Just when you feel like Orchid have got themselves a pretty decent start, a decent lead, again, that arrogance could come into play, and that tortoise could make up the ground.
Yeah, again, it's so rare to see blowout results between these two. And so the hope will be that Soul's Heart are able to settle after the attack and an opportunity to break momentum and have a chat. And then formulate a plan after seeing each of those sites play out across the first 3 rounds. It does mean that Basement, though, is up next. And look, I think this is another good example, or at least a site that they have an opportunity to refine what we saw previously. Again, we didn't see Sledge activate Vert. We didn't see the utility layered correctly. And some of the timings were left a little bit late into the round, into the Goyo. So those, for me, are the 3 things to look at for Soul's Heart. Will DCH vert correctly and allow nobody to play underneath the hatch? It was like Hollis was shotgun up close last time. Then when they set themselves for the drop down, do they lay the utility correctly? And do they have a means to deal with the Goyo?
Reinforcing the floor.
There's the twitch for the Goyo.
Good observation. Where's the observation blocker for the Goyo? To block the twitch. A little bit of 3D chess.
Well, we saw one obs blocker today, and I think it's the only one I've seen in 24 months.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a stat line for it, but I'd love to know what the frequency of obs block selection is. It'd be very, very low.
Yeah, I don't think the Monty ban isn't really the end of the world for Soul's Heart, if I'm being honest.
No.
It's not like it's seen them have a large means of success because of it.
I was going to say it may mean they're a little less resilient to the Nitro, but there's no Nitro in play for Team Orchid. So that makes me a little nervous about their ability to deny plant late round. And they're committing to the Turtle. They're not playing a roam where they can try and find a win con earlier in the round. They're committing to it. So that's a big risk.
Yeah, it looks like a top-down clear for Soul's Heart from clearing out gym, down main stairs. Go through the checklist and nothing really being afforded for Team Orchid. They're not really giving them anything. And the fact that they play the clash themselves, knowing the Monty's banned.
Hey, One part of the checklist done. DCH, better vert this time on the sledge. So that's one improvement compared to last time.
It's not going to be enough to win you the round, though. There's still a lot more that is required. I9 is all the way at the bottom of main stairs.
I don't know how well he's dealt with the Goyo, though, with those shock drones. I think I see flames on site, so that's a positive indication. And thank you, OBS, for highlighting. And so that's part 2 of the checklist, Jake. There's only one to go. And what was that?
Of the checklist?
The util layering. Thanks for listening.
I was not listening, I'm not going to lie.
That's all right.
I didn't realize I was at school. I didn't realize there was a test. I9 goes down to Peeps.
Here's the util. I'm getting excited, but they are a player down.
They are a player down, but I9's kind of done his job anyway with the shock drones, but you still would rather be 5v5. They also still have to deal with the Denari tripwire connectors here towards this hatch position. Peeps cleared out pretty comfortably by Mark in the end. That's going to open up Moto.
They're not even going for the drop.
12 seconds, and DCH is going to have to go clear the tripwire connectors to force the drop. That will be successful. Through Moto into Church. They've gotten a couple here. 3v3. Oh, they call us. Nice with the SMG. Into Blue, Mr. Punch. 1 second. No kit, no clue. Oh. And Orchid will hold on for 4 straight. Did get a little close into a 1v1. Almost, yeah. But not to be. Orchid win another close round. So 3 alive, 1 alive, 2 alive, 1 alive. That's how close this has been in the 4 rounds. It may be 4-0, but the rounds themselves, guys, have been really close.
I'm interested to understand the theory in that round from the attack as to why they didn't commit to the drop. I guess maybe the AK position late with the Azami, they didn't clear it, so it made them a little unnervy. And that's why we saw the Moto, a bit of blue pressure, etc. late. I think if they had their time over, if they util layered, they were fine. They could have dropped. There was no nitro in play, which, look, you would probably expect as an attacking team on that site, so you can't really fault them too much for it. But
no nitro, but also you've still got Clash, which can pivot around with the shield play, and you haven't cleared out the AK's position. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot there still to perceive as a threat, 100%.
It was certainly, I think, overall an improvement, but just an example where on a site as brutal as Basement Club, where everything needs to go right, it only takes 1 or 2 missing pieces and it does unravel.
You got to be the better team if you're going to win here on Club.
10 seconds remaining.
Thank you, Will Buxton.
Thank you, Nicholas Morrison.
I'm not Nicholas Morrison. Did you know, fun fact actually, James and Nick as a casting duo, they have the most 6 invitational wins.
Really? As players?
Yeah.
How many has James won?
Well, that's irrelevant. I'm talking about the duo.
Oh. He did win an SI show match. Or so I've heard.
He did shoot Macy J in the back of the head and win a clutch.
He did.
We never heard the end of it.
You haven't cast an SI show match, have you?
I haven't casted an SI show match, have you?
I have.
Was that the SI that I wasn't able to attend?
Correct.
What a shame.
What a shame. It's a fun time for all.
Fun time without me?
No, I mean, the show match is a fun time.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to get a fun time on Bank with the way things are looking here on Clubhouse.
Maybe.
Ooh, easy clear, though, for DCH. Is this the part of the roller coaster where it flips back around over to Soul's Heart's favor to close out this half? They need probably 2 straight. It's doable from what we saw back on the opening map. Would like to see them pick up the pace now they've got the extra player advantage. Didn't convert in the opening 2 rounds. They got the early picks and then they slowed the pace down. Now, I'm not asking for them to, kind of play with super pace, but yeah, this is better. 1-for-1 trades. This is what you can do when you've got the numbers. Start to go to the site, be aggressive, take these fights straight to the defense. Get in their face. This is so much better from Soul's Heart. The best round we've seen from them in this entire half. It will see them find their first attacking round. Unless, like Colas, looks to spoil the party. Oh, he does get the kill. He put Scatman on skates. Ankle's broken. Plank going down inside a bedroom with Mr. Punch to watch from outside the balcony. I9 gets off it like Colas has the chance. 50 seconds.
He's dancing around.
Does he go for a longer wrap around in towards Logi? He could even go conside. He could even go out the window.
This could be a massive play. And I9 is so low on HP.
I9 has been able to get into Jim. Mr. Punch inside a bedroom.
Oh, that was close.
As Mr. Punch has been doing all night long. He wins another clutch. Lycolis. Almost.
Credit to Lycolis. He did not make that easy. He was dancing around. My word.
Well, still a big round for Soul's Heart. They would need 2 attacking rounds, you would think.
Imagine they walk away from this half with 2 rounds. It's just one of those classic Siege moments.
If Soul's Heart walk away from this half with 2 rounds, they probably should have walked away with 4, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which is a classic Siege moment.
Defenders, protect your bomb.
Look back at the highlights, but I mean, it was better. 2-minute opening kill, and then it was this portion here. The 30 seconds later, they just start to flood the site. They know they got the numbers. 4 versus 1. Okay, a little bit of an oversight, not really clearing out the bathroom position. And then the 1 versus 1 with the Blackbeard. Again, not maybe giving the respect to Lycolis, thinking, yeah, I've got it. Instead of just actually bringing bodies over and collapsing onto the final player, they actually gave him a bunch of 1v1s. Look at the numbers between both maps, by the way. Crit J is now up to 27 kills.
Attackers are moving out to locate.
What was the record? Was it 52 or 55 kills in a best of 3 series? Online. It was one or the other.
55, I think.
So he'd need 28 kills from here until the end of the 3rd map. It's not impossible. He's on 27, and we're halfway through the 2nd map.
If it ends up being a 45-round best of 3.
Technically on pace for the all-time record. But that's, as you said, determined by probably going to 45. Well, I guess not 45 rounds. We can get to 44.
Oh, true. Yes, it was 8-6 in the opening map. I still can't believe it only took 14 rounds considering the big clutch in that final round of Chalet. So what's the play then this round from Soul's Heart with the Capital not selected? How do they look to clear out Rafters? Big reliance on the Nomad.
It's the air jabs again, really.
The stuns with Zoth maybe, and also the frag grenades from Scatman.
I'm surprised that they're in the lack of Capital. I mean, Capital gets banned on Clubhouse at times for this.
You ban out the Wamai. What's the thinking behind that? It's to bring the Capital or flush out utility.
Yeah, this has been a misplay. And they've just lost Mark as well to Peeps.
And they've used both grenades. The air jab now is the last hope for Soul's Heart in clearing this position. Or just a straight up gunfight.
Headshot. And Peeps goes down as well.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on indeed. I'm holding on. I got a chair in hand.
Tachanka and Smoke, though, both available for defensive denial.
I mean, the Tachanka's down to 11 on the Shamika launcher. Still 3 gas papers is good for Solotic if they can actually use them. Oh, he's not using them because he's just dead. Oh my goodness. Soul's Heart on the verge of finding 2 straight at the end of the half when it all just seemed as if it was going to be gloomy. 50 seconds is more than enough time now as well. They can actually play many different positions. CC window on the balcony. I9 just gets the kill. Crit J trying to make the hero play. Lycolis in another 1 versus 4. Shamika launcher out, but it seems this plan will go down successfully. Lycolis is not going to be the hero again. 2 straight. Soul's Heart do find their 2 attacking rounds. It's 2-4.
Well, how critical is that going to be? I tell you what, that is the kind of performance that we need to see in the last 2 rounds. The boys were saying it's close, it's neck and neck, but ultimately, if they don't get those last 2 rounds, we're in strife, Nick. We're up a creek without a paddle.
I feel like Jake's been calling this series pretty well here. You know, he says, they gotta get those 2 rounds. This is the moment for it. He's like the prediction master for this particular BO3, and I feel like he knows who's gonna win it too. You just gotta ask him.
He did say we were gonna see Bank, and we may well be on it. However,
he did say it.
The momentum has flipped. 4 in a row is not a good look if you're a Soul's Heart guy, especially after that really tight overtime on Chalet. But yeah, they brought it up 2 attacks in a row to close up the half. it's just enough. It's not great. I still feel like you should be gunning for 3 on Clubhouse, even if 2 teams are really good. We've talked about this before, Nick. Like, if
high expectations.
Yeah, if 2 teams are playing into a high level, you could be expecting 4 rounds. What was that?
I have no idea. That scared the
God.
crap out of me.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but I felt that. It's like there's something behind us.
That
but,
was crazy.
let's focus on the game anyway.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Refocus.
so-
Refocus. Yes.
Bank
yes.
is up next, by the way.
Yeah, it is. But we've still got a whole nother half, right?
We do.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Thank you,
Bank is
Nick.
technically not up next if Soul's Heart can bring this back.
That is very true. Look, I think momentum is a big thing, Nick, and it's really important that it pivots here.
Yeah, it's important. And I will say, I think the story has continued for Soulside, where they still need that individual player to step up and go clutching around. Otherwise, they're not going to get their victory. And they've been struggling on the first and second map in the exact same area now.
I9 bottom fragging, by the way. 3 kills, I believe, in the map so far. And
Hey,
6
you'll
rounds.
wake up. It's his turn to shine now. on
Yeah, I
Sideswap,
mean, he's
okay?
got to at some point.
This is the problem, is like when you start to see this happen, when you start to see I9, when you start to see him pop off, you really start to get a little...
I forgot we put him in there.
I mean,
What?
should we let him out?
Nah.
No, let's not worry about it. We'll come back to that. And it's back into the second half.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that on EML.
I'm a little bit speechless. I
don't know. I actually have no idea what's going on.
what have they done?
Doesn't sound legal.
Who is that? Is that where they put Vinny?
Could be Odo.
Anyway, let's move on. 4-2. First half goes the way of Team Orchid here on Clubhouse. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from the couch. Apologies for anything you may have just heard during that segment. We're not liable as casters. We're not on the desk today.
No.
That's not our domain. Orchid, they got to 4, and they then allow the 2. Soulsight now go defense. Just enough to hold on, as we've seen plenty times over. That par for the course scoreline can come back to bite you for the likes of the previous defenders in Orchid. Now onto the attack. It's not easy at the best of times.
It's only easy if you speak easy, and he's not in this game, Jay.
He's not in this game at all. Well said.
He's got his feet up waiting for the grand final contestant.
Yep, Saturday afternoon.
5 seconds to insert.
Right.
Live and free on twitch.tv/Rainbow6.
Well, not really free.
Attackers are moving.
Time is not free. Time is money, my friend. Shout out to my my goblin knowers.
What?
And
I don't know what language you're speaking.
Time is money, friend.
Oh, if time is money, hopefully this one gets wrapped up quickly, but I don't think that's going to be the case, let's be real.
It's a WoW reference.
Okay. I didn't know that game was still alive in the Big 26.
Oh, Michael.
You are getting pretty old.
I am. So are you.
When do you turn 40?
What
year?
7 more years.
You're only 33.
Yep. Yep. How old will you be in 7 years?
In 7 years, I will be...
33.
How old you are now?
Yeah.
33.
And you'll be pushing 40.
Oh.
Oh.
If my aim's bad now, I can't wait to see how bad it'll be then.
Missed the punch down early, courtesy of Peeps. Well, Peeps has been involved, get this, in every single opening battle except one in 7 rounds of Siege. That is extraordinary. As much as you can want to try and put yourself in as many entry battles, sometimes they just don't, it doesn't work out that way. What are you showing me? Okay.
I wish I could describe what I'm seeing right now, but unfortunately I'd lose my job. Can't say it with Jake.
Getting aggressive here at the Jacuzzi breach. Mirror window has been opened up. Orchid are looking sharp here to begin. Started well. Frag grenade, you're running straight into it. DCH, you're going the wrong way, my friend. That's a frag grenade. It's bad.
He tried to gobble it up.
Don't touch it. Leave it alone. It's like he just got serenaded by it. And I have to go touch it.
He was hypnotized.
Oh.
40 seconds and a strong advantage now for Team Orchid.
Yeah, so Scatman will sit bathroom. He does still have the Nitrocell, but they're going to be able to push in from different avenues. Now it's a late rotate through logistics. It's now a solo hold for I9. Final gas, baby. He's got nothing to defend himself. No one to swing off his contact. Completely by himself. Needs to attend the shotgun school of Chef Jeff. Takes out the kneecaps of the Blitz, but they lose Mark and still need more. I9 headshot. He's got Case over to Logi. 12 seconds. They can play for time. Scatman just has to hold the site and keep it open, but he can't do that. It's only I9, and the drop down. Solotic finds the kill. Orchid go up 5-2. Bank is looking necessary.
Oh boy, that was a round for the ages, that one. Team Orchid losing the kit over towards Logi, and with 7 seconds on the clock, able to net the final kill and win the round, securing a 3-round advantage. So much chaos in the server for this matchup. It's CC Cash up next with the Wamai band out. So to the Grim. But I'm really hoping that if we see a garage clear in this round, in this half, that it's a little more clinical and we get to see the strength of taking that Wamai off the board. Soul's Heart setting up with an extension bedroom side, just in potential participation. I don't know what word I'm trying to find there. It's getting late at night. What expectation of the bedroom side hit?
10 seconds to go.
Challenger Circuit, I wasn't even looking. I didn't realize we had to do a plug.
You don't have to, it's just a passive one.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was passive. Sorry. I mean, we appreciate all our plugs here at GN.
You don't have to say sorry, it's all good.
All right.
You still have your job.
Sorry.
Jake Goes Pro, is that returning tomorrow?
Yes. You know, it's interesting for today when I walked into the studio late.
You were very late. There were about three truck splits on your way here today.
Yeah, there was a truck that did break down. Won't go into it. Saw a point. But yeah, I didn't realize that I wasn't going to be on today. I was a little disappointed, but it also gives me a chance to refresh for tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
And you don't know who you're taking on. And that's not a bit. You literally didn't know. I don't even know.
The only one that I knew that I was going to be playing against was Falls, because that was the first day. That was it.
We just wanted to calm the nerves a bit.
I'm still waiting to walk in and see Reaps in the server and just maybe actually think about getting up and walking away. Or Jigsaw. I've already played against players, and he was the hardest to play against. Missed the punch, hoping to kill onto Crit
They lose
J.
the Capital first.
They do.
These garage clears have been really, really weird from the attacking side so far over the course of this map.
Well, at least they brought the Capital.
They did, but, well, hasn't really had an impact.
A line scan from Peeps doesn't really... Oh, no, it does get a bit of information onto I9 and Scatman. Monty to push up towards Rafters. They do still have 4 frag grenades. So frag grenades plus the Monty's really the only way in which they're going to be able to clear this position. Nitrocell is thrown into the smoke. Does get a bit of damage onto Lake Colas. The frag grenades are being thrown out. Impact thrown the other way by I9. They deal with the Monty. DCH and Mr. Punch both fall, but it's still a 3 versus 2 advantage for Soul's Heart on the defense. And that's Diffuser left as well over towards Rafters. That needs to be reacquired by the attacking team. Nitrocell from Cash. Is this going to be thrown over towards top red? Not just yet. Swing. Scatman. Well, at least the trade, though, from Mark. PG Man by himself, and Mark wins yet another battle. He wins the long range and then the close range. 5-3. Soul's Heart stay alive, but they've clearly not read the script. The script says bank. Oh, tactical timeout. That came out of nowhere.
It did.
It's only 5-3. I will say, though, of the 3 rounds that Souls Heart have gotten, guys, those 3 have been in the last 4 rounds. Considering it was a 4-0 start, it's now 5-3. I wonder if Team Orchid are just saying, okay, they're getting a little too close for comfort.
Well, some fierce words being shared by Nano. As the tactical timeout will quickly come to an end. And the question will be, does this map quickly conclude as well? Certainly an intriguing time to take attack. As we've kind of typically seen that meta begin to evolve. If a team has a slow start in a half, they'll normally wait until the 3rd round of said half and then extend the discussion off the back of the additional ban phase. But a decisive decision there from Souls Heart to call it a little early. And in preparation for the basement site, that may not be the worst of calls. There should be a strong defensive site, and then they can set themselves up for success going forward.
It's never a good sign if you lose the next round after a tactical timeout. So the pressure's on in this 9th round for Team Orchid. Win and you get 3 map points, and Bank then looks far more likely. Lose and 5-4 gets very intriguing. Maybe a little too close for comfort, especially when you're on the attack, but they did win the opening round of this 2nd half on their attack. Jim Bad Trip, we will now see basement for the first time. That might be the only concern, you know, we kind of speak about winning rounds after attack timeout, but you are going into basement, which is not easy. And I like this setup as well for Souls Heart. Oh my goodness, never mind. Mr. Punch just gets completely walked in on. Crit J just vaults window and gets the freest kill ever. Mr. Punch has just no idea.
Oh, Crit J's on a bit of a cooldown compared to map number 1, so I don't know if the record's really on.
Never
Mark
mind.
gets
Yeah,
caught.
Never mind, they're trolling.
Well, maybe Crit J can count those numbers back up, Jakey.
Yeah, they can. Well, maybe he can, because we're also going to get map 3.
We are.
Where's he going to be up to? So he's just gotten 2. So he's on 29. He would need... No, I mean, surely. Well, I mean, how many did he get on Chalet again? 21 kills. He's been a little bit quiet, obviously, here.
Still good.
Yeah, obviously, by no means is it bad. Quiet in the comparison sense, of course, is what I mean to Chalet. Now, Souls Heart have really kind of dropped the bundle here in the 9th round with all of the momentum. They do get at least a kill back onto Solotic, so they deal with the Buck. That removes some pressure in terms of the Vert and what the Skeleton can do moving forward in opening things up. They also know that like Colas is dirt. That's a solo dirt push as well. Nitrocell is ineffective by I9.
All comes down to a timing.
And comes down to these shots through the floorboards, but he's going to probably just take that as a... You know,
that's a funny stalemate. I cannot believe they're both still standing.
And on the same health as well. Mind you, Crit J walk through. DCH shoots him in the back of the head. 2 versus 3 now. Still a lot of time left in this round. It's not as if time is of the essence by any means for the attack of Orchid. And BG Man finds the angle from the kitchen hatch onto I9, who just wanted to try and hold that angle for a bit too long. I think he got a little greedy, wanted to deny the drop, and then BG Man, they just literally both just try and play the hatch and both just die. Yeah, it's just aggressive positioning because you're down players, essentially. 6-3. 3 map points.
You know this is where we see Souls Heart mount the 3-round comeback out of nowhere, right?
No, 2 rounds. 2 rounds to Souls Heart. We get to 6-5, and then Orchid wins 7-5.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
By the way, neither of these 2 teams have lost on bank in this calendar year of 2026.
Oh, that will only last for about another hour.
Yep. 3-0 record for Souls Heart. Only a 1-0 record for Team Orchid, but it is a map that they do not ban. It's also banned against them. Their one and only win against Psych & Company 7-4. Souls Heart, their last win against Elevate 3 weeks ago, 7-5. For what it's worth, Souls Heart, of course, have also not lost this map either in 2026 in Clubhouse. So there's a first for everything. It would be quite strange to have a map veto where you have 2 maps you've never lost and then you lose both of them. Oh my goodness. Okay.
You're quite the character, Jake. You are quite the character.
Well, it has been said by many people that I am the content.
It's the only person I've ever heard say that is you, Jake.
Oh.
I've never heard anybody else say it. Well, the Souls Heart have a little bit of fight left in them here on Clubhouse. Strategically, it's honestly looked like they've been pretty significantly mismatched in this particular map.
I disagree with that. I think it's just come down to, especially in the first couple of rounds, a couple of missed opportunities from Souls Heart. You say mismatch, I think of Weibo versus the Arcade Esports. That's a mismatch. Like, that's, you know. I think this is the kind of game where Souls Heart have blown a few good chances. And it's also the kind of game that Orchid have taken their chances.
Well, maybe not strategically mismatched, but execution-based, there were definitely some shortfalls.
Yep.
Uncharacteristically.
Yep, I agree with that one. Well, talk about pace here with the Blitz and the Finker combination. Straight through top red. They found the kill onto DCH as well.
And it's looking worse and worse for Souls Heart.
They want to wrap this one up quickly, get to bank. Yeah, I mean, this is full control con side of the map now on Gym Bedroom.
Well, some good util clearance on offer there for Peeps, courtesy of those frag grenades, and with the Blitz still up for that shield pressure, Orchid are in a good spot here. There's going to be reliance on Souls Heart. Somebody on the defense making a solo play in this round. Razorbloome's still up, 3 Gas Babes available, so decent belt of utility. And the Grismot Mines as well will offer some resistance to the attack. But really looking at it from a distance, it doesn't look particularly good for the defense. And it looks even worse now as I9 falls.
Yeah, again, that's 2 rounds in a row. I9's wanted to contest something.
Oh, he's feeling the pressure because they're a player down.
Yeah, and 2 times in a row, it's gone against him. And then that creates more of a hole. And then someone else feels like, oh, I need to contest something. It's that snowball effect that's costing Souls Heart. You're playing Clubhouse defense. You can win rounds 4v5, even 3v5, but they keep wanting to take the fights. They're not allowing Orchid the time and space to get into these positions where they can take fights on their terms. So bank is required. A little I told you, Nick, and Nick said, yep. He said Jake knew the script. He knew that we're going to bank. Trust his thoughts. Well, I'm ready to hear the boys on the desk and their thoughts after the break, because bank is required. All 3 maps in this elimination game. And right now, I'll tell you, I knew we were going to bank. I just don't know what's going to happen on bank.
めて遠くで揺れる光同じ先見つめ、yeah、 心はもうきっと気づいてる、君じゃなきゃ意味ない、ありきたりかな口ずさむラブソング、ちびるに Your eyes tell me everything I need, your smile笑い合えたら宝物だね、約束なんて時代遅れと笑うけど、僕ららしくていい、離さないと誓うよ、先読みなんてもう終わりにして、僕の手を握って、少し切ないそれもまた無勢な胸味、 Your eyes tell me everything I need, everything I need, your smile笑い合えたら宝物だね。
This horsey has some legs, that's for damn sure. We're going the distance. You didn't like that one?
A horse has legs.
Well,
My grandma had wheels, she'd
Four of
be a
them.
bike.
greatest quote of all time, by the way. Greatest quote of all time. Actually, one of the greatest presenters. Maybe we could get him in for APL.
Special
Maybe
guest.
he is APL man. But anyway, moving forward with this series, it does feel as though we are back on equal terms, obviously. But that felt pretty dominant from Team Orchid there. It felt as though, Nick, their control on that one was with a very firm grip.
I mean, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, right? But it feels like a team aspect here
Back
from
on the
Team
horsey.
Orchid. 5 players working together. Back on the horsey again very quickly. And then again, individual performances from Soulsheart.
Yeah.
It's not a fair game on Clubhouse because it's such a team-centric map. So if you're Soulsheart in Perfect World, right? You want to play Chalet, Nighthaven, Labs, and Border. You can just go fighting, individual plays, clutches, gap finding, don't matter what operators you bring as much, etc. But when you play other maps like, let's say, your Cafe, your Consulate, your Clubhouse is about to execute, it's gonna be tough because you're working against the map effectively.
I feel like, obviously, just to cap off Club before we talk about Bank, which is up next.
Yep. Thanks,
7-3 does... What? I said Bank.
No, thanks, mate.
7-3, I feel like, doesn't tell the story of how close that game was. Thank you,
Yeah,
mate.
it doesn't at all.
Because, of course, we had the 1v3 from Critche with that floor bang onto the planter from
Yep.
down in bar up into gym.
Yeah.
We also had a 1v2 from BG Man. Second half, 3 out of 4 attacks won from Orchid in the first 4 attacks is very impressive, but there was a world where that could have been a 7-5. I do think yes. Overall, it's a much more open and shut case compared to map 1, which was of course overtime. Moving on to Bank though as a third, it's a bit of a reset. The big thing that comes to mind for me is obviously momentum is with Orchid, but Soul's Heart are historically pretty damn good on Bank. Like I'm looking back in the last year, they've played it 3 times, they've won it every single time. So they've got wins over Elevate Fury, Daystar. Like 3 months ago, beating Daystar, that's pretty damn impressive. You know, Daystar is a team that at the moment is, you know, streets ahead of both of these teams.
Certainly is, but you know, Team Orchid getting back on the horse. Have you ever heard of Pengu getting back on a horse before?
Oh no. Oh no. What is this?
I don't know.
No, you did not know. Oh my god.
Giddy up, Nicholas!
I should never have said that photo. I should never have sent that photo in the group chat, man. It's like James Giddy right here.
Holy shit.
That is me on my summer vacation.
Oh, shit, I was
Icelandic
not
horse!
ready.
How can I not say yes to go on an Icelandic horse? Come on!
Oh my god, I was not ready for that.
Oh, never change, Pengu, never change.
Oh my god, look at that Viking beard though. I don't know if we can get a close up of that. That is like a proper
I
beard.
shaved it off.
Why did
Yeah,
you
man.
look at that?
Please keep that for next
That is
stage. I want to see it.
Oh,
I had
Nick.
to get rid of it.
Oh,
Oh
gorgeous.
my god,
It's
that
too
is
much.
absolutely immaculate,
Look at
mate.
him go.
I have never wanted to see something more
I
in
can't
my
tell
entire
who's got a
life.
better head of hair there, the horse or Nick.
Hey, fun context, okay? The horse, which was randomly assigned to us by this gentleman, it was called Baldy. So without them knowing anything,
And they were like,
I was assigned
who
Baldy.
do we give this horse to? That one. That one over there.
Shine a light over everyone's
It's
head. Let's see.
unbelievable.
Let's see.
What do you reckon they would have done if you
Who
guys
fits
both
the-
rocked up and said, I want to ride a horse? They'd say, sorry, we don't have to.
Holy
guys are
shit,
sharing
this
it
whole
now.
thing has been derailed.
this?
Oh my god. Okay,
Oh.
Bank up next. Nick,
There's a
as-
third map somewhere.
yeah, there's something important that's going on today. I really can't tell you what it is. The mind has absolutely been lost by Pengu on a horse. Let's just go back to Bank very quickly and just talk about this one because it is quite an important map. It is quite a serious tone to set. Holy shit, I cannot compose myself
look,
right now.
Look, the way I see it is, you know, Soul's Heart have got to come out of the gate strong. You know, I think they, you know, maybe they put their money on the wrong horse in that second map in their map pick. You know, I think Orchid, you know, just need to kind of steady the jockey a little bit.
Is that why you started with the horse bit?
No, I'm not joking. It was just a random comment, and then you mentioned horse, and production just screamed in my ear, mention Nick on a horse. Anything, Nick on a horse,
Look,
back on the horse.
Look, I know we've derailed a little bit, but soon we'll be into the map of Bank and we'll be off to the races.
Okay. Can we just throw? Can we just...
Oh,
man.
well, Nick, if you were Soul's Heart, you'd probably want to dash that saddle off and get back on, wouldn't you, mate?
Taking Gus, please take it away.
Oh god, it's like
I don't
having
think they're
you in
ready. I
person.
don't think we can. I think we have to. Then we have to keep going.
You know, Nick, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. It would be so disappointing to not have
Jesus,
Robo
no.
Nick with us here.
Oh.
I'm just, without having you on a screen, I just don't think it would be the same
Look,
impact.
it looks like the map fly through starting. Time to give it a kick on the stirrups.
Well, you know what? It's time to get back underway with this one. Hey, boys, giddy up!
I'm getting up, but I'm not getting up to get in on the pylon on Nicholas.
Yeah, honestly, guys.
Honestly, guys,
Unprofessional.
come on. This is not fair. It's 2-on-1 there on the couch, and he's in a screen. He can't do anything.
He can't even fight back. Not that he would be able to
Well,
fight back.
I mean, I don't
but
think he would be able to fight back, but he, you know, would be...
Give him a chance.
I don't know. What would he do differently if he were in person? Nothing, really.
Well, considering he's half the size of both Rob and James.
I think he's actually bigger in the screen.
Maybe.
Wait, hang on. Hang on. Whoa, this is getting... I'm sorry, Nick. This is getting a little out
Now
of
we're
hand.
piling on.
Now we're piling on. That was unintended. What is intended, though, was Bank, always. It was
We said it from the
foreseen.
start.
It was in the prophecy. The prophecy was foretold. Bank is required. but what we don't know is the ending, and that leaves us in the mist.
And who will be the chosen one? Could
Is
it be Crit
Crit
J
J?
for the kill record?
I9?
I9's been, I want to say, a little bit quiet. I don't know if the numbers are going to reflect that. Double check. Yeah, 14, 18. And it's not been I9's night.
But
and we
it
know
could
that
be his map.
It could be his map. You only need to be good now on the last map, as it is a 1-1 in the series. And it's so influential when he shows up. He has massive influence inside of the server. A 91% win rate when he gets 2+ kills. 20% when he gets 0, which I think is probably the more critical of those two.
How much would he get 1?
I couldn't tell you.
Somewhere in the middle.
But his cost has only been 54%. So in almost half of these rounds, he has put them in that 20% kind of window where he's not having impact, right?
Well, and the beauty of this as well is, again, as almost somewhat similar to Clubhouse, as we go to Bank, this is a map that neither of the two teams are largely, you know, going to look at and say, well, this is our map. We're so good at Bank. There's a big discrepancy when it comes to the records. It's nothing like that. Neither team really plays it much. I think this is just going to come down to each round being meaningful and impactful. I don't think the sides will matter too much. I'd keep it pretty 50-50, which Bank can tend to be, outside of maybe Locker CCTV, which is where we do begin for the opening round. So maybe emphasis on Soul's Heart to begin well. Fun statistic for you guys, it doesn't mean anything as Lycolis gets the opening kill, but whoever wins the opening round in this series has gone on to win the map. Make it that what you will and put any stock into it how you want. Nitrocell thrown up is not going to hit even remotely close to anything. Lycolis was still basically beepers when it got exploded. But a good start for Orchid on the attack to deal with the smoke early.
Yeah, so DZH, top blue, shotgun, so that will aid him in close range and has the yokai from Scatman to assist. On the flip side, Orchid do have shield though to play front facing and quite a bit of util from the Zofia and Grim to stun out and pressure that particular position. So it's probably a net win still for Orchid. DZH is going to be under the pump to perform here.
I mean, he does have a little bit of help with the yokai buzzing around.
I don't know if he's going to commit. I think he's thinking about maybe holding server instead. Might not be the worst call. Shotgun will still be effective at that range, as his final Razor Bloom is deployed under pressure.
Oh my god. Lycolis is just completely looking the wrong way. And then still gets the headshot kill anyway.
Okay.
There was a chance missed for DCH. He honestly could have got that kill. They do lose peeps though to Mark.
Oh, Yokai's still above.
Hasn't been spotted either. This is Crit J on cam. Know that he's open area. But this also means Scatman just sits watching this and leaves I9 and Mark, the only ones that can maybe stop Lycolis. Okay, Cam makes its way down. The Yokai's on the move. That's a long-range burst, but it connects from downtown for Scatman. We'll try again. And it will connect again. He's playing this really well. The camera has finally been shot out. As you said, no Nitrocell. And so all he did was really delay the inevitable. Never mind. I9 gets 2, but the plant just goes down.
Big play from I9. Advantage Soul's Heart now playing for the retake.
I9 is locked in, knows that Crit J is open area. As BG Man shuts down the echo. I9 wondering where he is. Finally finds him. Crit J came crawling out. And they get the kill, both of them at the same time. Mark gets rid of BG Man and onto the kit. Soul's Heart will take the opening round. I9 is built for these kind of moments. Yeah. How close was that, though, to even stopping the plan? In the end, it didn't matter. They went and won the round. But that was close.
It was. I9 going for a huge flank square side, able to make it connect. Then opening up the potential for the retake. He denied that plant with about 0.2 on the clock. I don't know if we'll see it in the replay package, but I've had to look my.
Well, he didn't deny it, but he almost denied it.
Oh, sorry, 0.2 away from almost denying it. But over the course of that period, he still netted 2 kills, right? So whilst maybe just being short in terms of denying the plant,
How did
opened up that window of
so did he go?
opportunity.
How did he get there again? Did he go main stairs?
Went all the way up to the top.
Interesting.
He was actually having a bit of a duel with open, and then thought, screw it, I'm just going to run up top and then flank Skr, and made it work. It's pretty rare you'll actually see that work. So it was a good play.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 10 seconds.
Oh, worked out well because it wasn't looking really good for them to begin with. Didn't quite get the bingo though. No bingo.
How many bingos have we had today? Has it just been the one?
Well, I mean, had. Okay, so we had actually 2 back on Chalet. I didn't realize that. The reason why I didn't realize it is the second one was the very last round. So wasn't really paying attention to that. Yeah, so we've only had the 2 today.
So above we go then for the follow-up.
I'm expecting a lot of rounds like that though here on Bank.
That was a really good free cam, by the way. Not sure who's responsible, but that was smooth. Showing some of that
Didn't
util
Alex say
clearance
that he's
banana.
on free cam?
I think they may be rotating, I'm not sure.
Maybe. The double A's? The double A's? Isn't it Alex and Andrew?
Okay, sure.
The double A's.
The dynamic duo.
He looked at me as if I was having a stroke.
I honestly didn't know what you were saying. I was like, what? Yeah, it's nearly 1 AM. Time is moving fast. Well, as the free cam did display, util clearance for Banana.
Okay.
And we're seeing the pressure from Lycolis on the Monty in that position now as Peeps does net first kill from the rappel.
They did net first kill in the last round either. That didn't make a difference. It's all about what you do to convert with it. As the follow-up, nicely done from Solotic. Pistol is on point from Lycolis. Usually pretty good when it comes to the pistol play on the shield. Well, it's these 2 again. Mark and I9.
If I9 activates on this map and carries them across, wouldn't it be
that's what I said
a
before.
moment? Wouldn't it be?
Well, I9, I think, has a pretty good idea that Crit J is still pushing up Spiral.
Comes down to the timing.
If he gets this, there will be no trade potential, so it would be just a straight isolated fight. Yeah, he just completely didn't realize he'd be holding at the pillar. Top of the Spiral stairs. That kind of, I think, threw I9 out of position. Which is a shame because Mark then gets the kill onto Peeps. This would have been a genuine 2v2. It would have been very winnable. Now it's impossible. Plant successful. The Colas will put the shield up of the Montang. And Orchid will get the second round. Largely just through some sheer gunplay to start this round, courtesy of Peeps.
Whoa, that was sharp.
It was sharp from Mark. He's been sharp to begin with here on Bank, but sharp shooting isn't going to get you past the Montang. Not a chance.
And Crit J has also
Ace up the
transitioned to
sleeve.
the rappel.
Yeah, he's playing the trump card. He's basically saying, well, if you do manage to deal with Lycolis somehow, in time, I've got you covered.
Round over, it's another pistol kill for Lycolis in the round. Good shield play on the Monty, facilitating that lobby side hit.
It's interesting. I mean, we played Clubhouse and not a single round saw a plant. We go straight over to Bank, back to back from Lycolis. He's been able to get plant down. We go back to Chalet and we saw 5 plants overall, but 2 of those were actually the last 2 rounds in overtime. So and it took a long time before that became, a bit of a win condition. And in terms of the plants on, that particular map, DCH Scatman for Soul's Heart. So they only got 2 plants. So right now for the entire series across 3 maps, 5 plants for Orchid, 2 for Soul's Heart. It's pretty low volume from both teams, but certainly from the side of Soul's Heart. Of course, they'll get their chance to attack in the second half on Bank.
Open area for the third. And a couple of repicks here Orchid transitioning like Colas off the Blackbeard onto the Dockerby, and so shield
Attacker's objective is to locate a
role
bomb
has
and
been
defuse
given
it.
across to Crit J in the round. Interesting decision, given I think like Colas actually over the course of this map and the series as a whole has actually been pretty proficient on the shield, so maybe just in response to the site selection or some kind of specific play that they want to try and execute with that blitz.
Big mag.
No dedicated vert operator for them on this occasion. No ram, no bark, no sledge. Typically teams on the attack will bring one if they go for the CO across here to flush out archives, but slightly different approach this time around. As Zofia will see playtime. Second time in the half, an operator that has already immediately seen a bump in play rate with now the buff post-patch. 3 impacts, 3 concussions. Very versatile operator at the moment. Like Hollis with an interesting lurk basement. Looking up towards Mr. Punch in Janitor. Maybe waiting for somebody to walk across his crosshair. Valkyrie in play for Souls Hard on the side of the defense. We can see actively the defense flicking across a whole wealth of information. Crit J to make first move here for Orchid top square, but immediately stalled out.
I mean, talk about different operator selection for Crit J in the opening 3 rounds. First, the Solid Snake, you play that sort of like entry ult, and
well, that was comedic.
I don't think Mark was expecting to see Mr. Punch fall down in front of him dead, and DCH to follow. Yeah, Orchid have been really timing their aggressive advances nicely here on Bank. I was also about to bring up the fact that on Bank, what we should probably expect in this match, Locker CCTV should go defense. But Top Floor and Staff Open should actually go attack. It's attacker-sided in this region for both of those 2 sites.
Final gas babe from I9 main. Could elect to try and play proactively, aggressively through that and catch a timing. I don't hate this play, as they are a player down. There's one.
Quick headshot. No longer a player down. I9 starting well here on Bank. And these are the kind of matches when I9 plays at his best. He loves these elimination games, do or die. Tension building inside of the server. I9 rises to the occasion. Well, they're going to need him now. He will stay on that top floor. Scatman's by himself over towards open area. Has a nitro cell. They deal with I9 as he went to push out. Scatman a little bit too late and completely whiffed the nitro cell. That would have got the kill. The question would have been more so before or after the plant. But the kill itself, he absolutely would have got him.
It would have been really close.
It would have been close.
I
would hedge to say
think
after.
it would have been late. Yeah.
I think it would have been after he would have got the kill.
And there was still 20 seconds on the clock. So to think that he would have then withstood the 2v1 trade late is pretty ambitious. So look, I don't think it really had too much of an influence on the round.
Well, we get to the 2-1 scoreline into the bands, and this is the expected scoreline. Orchid win the 2 rounds they probably should be winning on the attack, and Souls Heart win the 1 round that they should be winning on the defense. Monty and Echo ban. Monty, of course, played in the 2nd round. Blitz, though, in the 1st and the 3rd. So the Blitz has seen more play, but yet they go with the Monty. What do you make of that?
Perhaps just feeling more comfortable in dealing with the Blitz. Arguably a little less challenging to play against in some instances if you do have the Warden up, if you want to play trap heavy. Interesting though. We'll see what kind of influence it does have going forward in this first half. And we actually see the response immediately from Orchid as they jump onto the Blackbeard. Anyway, as for the defensive lineup, double nitro this time around. Razor Blooms potentially for denial and the smokes to flush out that default position as well. And the 2 Baral Kaid combination in play for hard breach denial. Have you ever ridden a horse like Pengu?
I have not ridden a horse.
Neither have I.
Also, I don't even know if that was a horse, by the way.
It
I
looked
thought
more
it
like
was
a pony. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just a really big pony, which at that point you can't really say you've ridden a horse.
And it's also Nick, which makes it look like a horse because he's small and the pony's big.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's small. I'd say he's average size. He's a little bit... I think about 2 centimeters smaller than me.
Well, you're both a little bit smaller in stature.
Are you implying that 6 feet
Crit
people
J
are
gets
the
the open
average?
kill onto Mr.
Yeah,
Punch.
that's what I thought.
0-4 start for a player who's had pretty big influence over the course of the series.
4 straight opening kills for Orchid. So that's the concern right now for your Soul's Heart. You're losing the early battle. Mr. Punch has died 3 of those 4. Like, there's a big reason why you're here as well. Oh my god, Mark he just stopped shooting. He didn't know.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm dying.
He just gave up.
I'm giving up. I'm getting shot from too many angles. And this is really damaging now for Soul's Heart. That Lockers and CCTV looks as if it could go the way of Team Orchid on the attack. It took I9 to salvage it last time. They might need him again. In fact, I'll say they need him to do it again.
90 seconds to go in round number 4. It's a good position for Orchid.
But it means that DCH now has to play this like awkward. Do I go blue stairs? Do I fight the hatch? Like, we've lost too many bodies.
All of them are just trying to get proactive and find a freebie. The Blitz actually was selected late as opposed to the Blackbeard. We'll see if Lyclaws can hit the flash. First misses onto DCH.
I think they should have got rid of the Blitz instead of the Monty. I think it's going to end up looking a little foolish.
Oh, good smoke from Scatman. Can DCH play off it? Not really.
Well, he can because he's retaken a little bit of space at the doorway, but he doesn't do much with the shot.
Does he find the 3K?
No.
I think he finds 2.
No.
Oh, the dirt wrap though. Peeps from behind.
Yeah, I mean, he's got no read on this. I mean, how would you? He's just dead.
And the nade might have given it away.
Oh my god.
Peeps.
Peeps.
Stop baiting. Peeps.
Peeps, get in the building, Peeps!
There we go. Goodness.
He got in the building.
I think he heard you all the way from Australia and Thailand. So
Literally,
loud.
the round was just over based on the dirt positioning of Peeps, and he just needed to come out of dirt.
He's laughing. He knows. Sorry, guys. I baited you.
He's like, oh, I didn't know. I thought he was watching. Oh, sorry. All right, tactical timeout. 3-1 lead for Team Orchid. 4 straight opening kills. They've converted on the last 3. It's 3 straight. There's been many roller coasters in this series. Soul's Heart need one more turn to go their way, or they're looking at getting eliminated.
Could you imagine Peeps actually didn't find that delayed trade and then the second? If DCH won that fight, genuinely that round was on for the defense. Because Scatman would have survived as well.
Well, that is... No, I was going to say, stop talking. And cut. Oh, jeez, he's not messing around. I said cut, and he put the mic away. Yeah, I mean, these are always the well, like, as someone, so I used to coach a team a long time ago, very, very long time ago, in a very different game. And my methodology was, in this situation, it's not about strategy. It's about just trying to get them to understand, to follow. I'm so tired. I've lost.
I have no idea what you're saying, but I'm sure it was really informative.
I don't know what I'm saying. Look, the point is, just G them up. Just G them up.
G them up?
G them up.
Maybe you need a G up right now.
I need coach.
Get on your feet.
I need coach. Yeah, I'll
Get on
my
your feet.
Yeah,
You're slumping
yeah,
over.
You know, could you imagine I stand up and Soul's Heart bring it back? I may as well have just been part of the win. Look, what I was trying to get with before I basically just passed out mid-air is G them up. Don't worry about the strategy. 2 rounds to go in this half. You get to talk to them again at the halftime roll swap anyway. So you're going to be able to talk strategy, talk shop later on. This is just about trying to fire a rocket up their bum, get them back into the server, and make it 3-3. This is about getting the boys fired up.
You're G'ing me up.
Yeah. That's what
This
it's
is
about.
good, Jake.
Let's see if Soul's Heart can fire up. They go top floor. You're facing elimination. You want to go to the Esports World Cup? Starts here, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Watch them lose this round.
No, have some faith. Have some faith. It's the early round that's proving most costly for Soul's Heart. That's where they really have to tidy things up. It's 4 straight for Orchid. It hasn't even just been the opening engagement. It's kind of been the first minute 30 of every round where they're just getting boxed in awkward positions, poor positioning.
Giving up space. They've allowed plant as well, so even in the late game.
Yeah.
But that's also off the back of the early game. So it's that snowball effect. Because of the way the round is starting, it's then putting themselves in a really poor position by the end of the round too.
Cannot disagree with that.
Yeah, the messaging would have also been, miss the punch, play a position where you're not first contact. You're playing smoke. So if you look at these operators, smoke, smoke, smoke. Stop dying first. You got gas baids. You're incredibly crucial for the late game. Plant denial. Positional denial. 90 seconds gone. This is the slowest round that we've had so far. So, I mean, that's a win if you're Soul's Heart, considering you're 1-3 down. We can start to get Mr. Punch active in the server, throwing out those gas babes. Top square opened up.
Yeah, that could be a plant avenue potentially, and Soul's Heart will finally find an opening kill.
That's it. That's what
They're
you've got to do.
revved up,
They're
Jakey.
revved up. They're revved up. But revved up doesn't guarantee round win, as Lycolis has snuck into the site. He does go down. They are switched on. Well, whatever Nano said to the boys has clearly worked. It seems as if that roller coaster still got a few more loops to go. And it may just end up going the way of Soul's Heart when it's all said and done. BG Man and Celotic are not bringing this round back. We're heading into round 6 at 3-2 scoreline. Soul's Heart will have the opportunity to tie it up at the half. And on a map like Bank, that's pretty good.
Yeah, really good performance in this round for Soul's Heart. The round will be theirs, and the only question that now remains is, will it be flawless?
Does it count as flawless if the time expires and no one died?
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know how I9 is alive.
Nah, he's dead now.
Ah, that was the flawless.
Oh.
Either
Flawless
way,
means nothing. We don't care about these little details. When you've got bigger fish to fry, you're not worried about the tiny, tiny little goldfish. We don't care. We want that tuna. That tuna metaphor is for EWC. The goldfish is flawless.
Is Weibo the tuna?
I'd say Weibo's more like the hammerhead shark that's on their way to just eat you.
Okay.
Daystar's probably
Daystar's
the
the
tuna.
tuna.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say
Yeah.
Daystar's more the tuna.
At least we stopped talking about horses.
It wasn't a horse. It was a pony, 100%. It's just a big pony. There's no way that was a horse. Don't forget, by the way, Nick, we can see you this whole time.
I think you missed the whole pony thing earlier.
You just went red. All right, final round. Time for them to stay locked in. It seems as if Nano's speech actually did work some wonders, because I tell you what, like we've seen a couple of times in this series, guys, one of these two, it doesn't matter which one, but one of them goes on a bit of a run. The other one looks a little bit down and out. They take a tactical timeout and they respond. It's happened again, but can they make it 2 rounds? One's not going to be enough. Back to basement to see what they've learned in their lessons. Last time Locker CCTV in the 4th round was not good enough. Honestly, Soul's Heart just need to play 5-stack basement, force Orchid to just clear sight.
Well, they're not going to do that.
No.
They'll play a bit of contact open. I presume they'll fall.
But this is close enough.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to be playing into the smoke and the chain could win con here. Flush out default. You can play Razor Blooms dynamically if you so wish. I'm getting nervous for Mark, though. I know. He's died early multiple times on the smoke, and he's got a critical role here to waste a bit of time and get some drones from open. It's important that he doesn't throw away his life, though. Good players in this position know when to peel and know when they can stay to fight.
He knows when to peel.
I mean, better safe than sorry on this side.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
And in a match like this, I think that's okay. Thatcher employed You would imagine also for
The Nitro.
Nitrocell, but there is only
They haven't been
one,
C4
and-
maxing on
no,
this side.
they
It's been
have not.
one or two.
But
Leaning
this-
heavily into the Chanker and the smoke.
This whole position now is different for the first time on this site. DCH actually gets to play blue stairs when it's not a 3v5 or a 2v5.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, we'll see how the round develops, if it will be a fair 5v5 fight for him.
Naturally, of course.
I'm getting a bit nervous as well about this courage, though, from BG, man. He's been very patient.
There is also, though, no reason for Mr. Punch to go further than this, but as the round develops...
The more nervous you get.
Well, but also then maybe Mr. Punch turns his attention elsewhere and allows the creep up for BG, man.
Well, if and when Mr. Punch turns for default denial, that's when the window of opportunity opens. So I think BG will be waiting for that.
Here we go. Bottom of blue stairs to push DCH out into server. Peeps following in behind. Trying to keep an eye on BG Man as far back as possible in terms of that outline as well, considering they've started to take server control.
Oh, he's pushed forward. BG Man's pushed forward.
BG Man has indeed pushed forward. They're expecting probably the gas pipes to start going out, and they have. 40 seconds on the clock. Radar used as well from Peeps. Still 3 Candelas from Crit J. Could use 1 or 2 to clear out this server position, but he's elevators, so they can't actually use him to clear this. In fact, it's a double drop over to Elevator. I9 is down. Mr. Punch got the kill onto BG Man. That creep up did not work. Mark gets rid of Solotic, and they know that it's a double stack. Nitrocell thrown in, pushed straight up. This is wonderful from Soul's Heart. The bunker down defense has been sublime. Lovely swing from Peeps, but needs 5 in 10 seconds. That's not humanly possible. 2 straight from Soul's Heart, and we've got ourselves, what is it, Rob? A game on our...
I think hands right. I think that's right. I think it is. Here comes the spoonful of food. Nom nom.
You missed my mouth. Oh my god. You
Controlled,
got
mate. Sorry.
practice that accuracy, James.
See, just
If
when
you're
you
gonna feed me every play day.
just when you think you're
Gotta get
3-1
better.
up, somebody comes in, swipes the muffin out from under your nose.
Wow.
3-3 at the end of the half.
Wow. You've never seen anything that quickly moves like this show, have you, James?
No,
Is it good?
No.
it's delicious. It's
Bruce
delicious.
the chef has done well.
Bruce has killed it again. I'm actually double dipped today. I wasn't sure if this was allowed. I didn't ask the catering staff, but I went for both the brownie and the muffin.
Wow. You're going big.
Are they all homemade?
Yes.
Everything is homemade, man.
Yep. All the meals here.
Wow.
Yeah, we need to get you in.
That's
I
where the
feel like
bucket went.
That's
That's
why we're not flying to Australia. Is because
Don't
of the
tell them about the
WA.
caviar that
It's
we've got on
because
Sunday.
of these muffins. That's why you are not getting flown in.
What are you
is 'cause of
pointing
these
at?
muffins?
Okay.
The muffin.
Just making sure. Just making sure. Just making sure.
The muffin. Look, obviously, this is the kind of half that we would have wanted because now we get to see a full extent of this game. I think most likely what's going to end up happening is overtime at this rate, unless we see something crazy. But the individual performances from Soul's Heart have just been hit and miss, Nick. It's really been up and down.
It has been a consistency problem, and it's been like that all stage long. When they're at 100%, they are incredible. When they're not, they get moments like this where, oh, they might win if they do really well, but if they don't, they're gonna fall apart again. And that is the problem. Consistency is one of the most valuable traits of any team can have in any region, and Soul's Heart, they don't have it.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see in this next half on the attacking side, are we going to see plant become a focus and objective, like looking for a win condition that involves executing and getting a plant down for Soul's Heart? Because typically they tend to be a little bit more focused on trying to enable playmaking, right? Whereas you look at Orchid, that half, it was 3 plants in the first 3 rounds in a row. And I think that the fact that that was kind of their focus, their win condition, tended to be more of an advantage to them. Now, as we get into the operator bans, I'm curious whether we'll see things like the Wamai, whether we're going to go for double hard breach like we saw from Soul's
Or a Sensed
Hearts. It's Capit's out. The Wamai, man, I cannot believe
Wow,
it.
good
The
call.
Wamai bans are the real deal.
Yeah, they're really digging their heels in for this ban, aren't they, Nick? It feels as though this has really shifted the last 2 days.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned up the plant focus attacks with Soul's Heart teams, because when they have played this map in the past, they've been good at kind of trying to plant on the basement bomb side, for example. But then I9 is like attacking the main staircase or working a hack somewhere, going for a backstab pressure point. I think Soul's Heart got to do both things, right? Yes, plant-oriented, go for execute, but you gotta have that backstabber, that kind of flair, that spice, because I don't think they're strong enough in just brute force executing to beat Orchid at their own game. So we gotta see Soulside work both angles for this half.
Well, 3-3. It doesn't get much closer than this at the half. And that's it for us on the desk. Jake, it's time for you to take the reins.
Thank you, boys. Well, the next time that we'll hear from you three is when we're done with this and have a winner. Who that will be, I don't know right now. Gus, did you want to hazard a guess? Because it feels like you could flip a coin.
Flip a coin. Oh, you took the words out of my mouth. Either way, the winners are all of us.
Yes.
Because we're going to see a great game of Siege conclude.
4 matches that have started this week off perfectly in terms of getting all 3 maps, good high competition. The APAC region continues to go from strength to strength. 3-3, split at the half with Orchid going on to defense, but Soul's Heart have got the momentum. 2 rounds to close out. Now onto their attack. Straight away, we go lockers and CCTV for the 3rd time in 4 rounds.
Getting a bit sick of this side.
The good news about this site, though, is it can play out. I know it largely plays out the same, but it can play out
we're already
differently.
seeing it here from Orchid, right? A little bit more aggro open area, not necessarily playing for just the direct peel down hatch. Even like Colas is going peak and quad. Like, this is pretty aggro compared to what you would typically expect as the benchmark for this top floor roam.
I know it doesn't really mean much, but I've also noticed actually quite both Scatman and Mr. Punch had drones involved.
DCH needs to be careful here. I don't think he knows. But he'll drone it, so should see that line of sight from like Colas and could actually look to pre-fire this. This will be interesting if he goes for it. Bit of a risk to take when you do have the Candelas, like Colas dislodged regardless.
Gets enough information from that to know that it's square itself is going to be quite dangerous, and maybe they can send Mr. Punch in through electrical to clear out the close position, follow him from behind him. We have seen teams started to actually almost like execute in Starford open area on the locker CCTV site.
Keep it deployed.
There is a Candela being used, so that they're expending utility to clear out this position. And it's not warding off like Colas and Peeps. They hold their spot and they get the first kill of the round onto DCH. The Ying is no more. That's a long, I don't think that flash is connecting, but the pistol certainly will. Like Colas to swing back out, hits the headshot, gets traded either way. It's still the advantage for Soul's Heart on the attack. Courtesy of Orchid wanting to stick around and take the fight in Starford open area, they now find themselves down to Solotic and Crit J.
Like Colas has fought so hard in this round and will no doubt be disappointed that despite finding 2 kills, Orchid are still at a player disadvantage for the final push.
40 seconds. Not exactly an abundant amount of time to drone out, get information as to the whereabouts of Solotic and Crit J. And Solotic still has the Nitrocell as well. 30 seconds is not a lot of time. 3v2 as well. Not exactly a huge number advantage. And there's still Vulcan canisters that are up.
Nitro for Solotic needs to land. Can Soul's Heart shoot it out? And can the pinch pressure work from elsewhere? I9 open area.
Flash dump, Nitrocell, Solotic will get good reach. This is connecting. This is going to hurt. Oh no, got shot out. But so did Scatman and I9. It's only Mark left and no time. Well, it was a big advantage at one point for Soul's Heart, but Orchid fight back. The 2 on site do the job. 4-3.
Well, that was a big round. And ultimately, good fight shown. Basement once again going the way of defense, which has been the prevailing side, 3-1 over the course of this map.
I thought Soul's Heart were in a pretty good position after the Staff and open area battle.
I thought so
the old
too.
adage, they won the battle, but they didn't win the war.
Oh, I think the war still has a little bit, a couple more years / rounds to go.
They won the battle within the battle.
So top floor then for the 8th. And with the Capital banned out, the Jan Clear will be a little bit more challenging. We might also taken out, so the util dump could be effective, but Warden up. So in a convoluted way, I'd say that Orchid probably still a little bit ahead.
Yeah, but you can play the Hibana here if you're Soul's Heart. You can open up Kanto, so you can actually weaken that hallway position due to the fact that they did ban out the Capitao and well, they did ban the Ace. The Hibana stays up, so it does give them that room to maneuver that potential idea. Again, options here for Soul's Heart really as well. The Rayora itself can change up around in how you want to use the gates. Monty can push up Spiral. You got different attack options, that's for sure. Good drone over towards front desk.
Let's proceed slowly.
How long does Scatman want to hold an angle such as this, though?
Probably not forever, but he does
Hold it
eventually
long enough.
net the kill onto Lycolis, and that smoke would have been a good tool against the Monty.
Opening up Kanto as well right now too, so you consider Zolotic inside Elevator. They lose Lycolis, so they lose a bit of that Spiral front desk pressure. He's isolated. I mean, really, Crit J's the main help here from long desk, and now blocked off. He can't even help. They can very much just completely destroy Zolotic here if they're quick enough. That's even forcing Crit J to maybe have to swing out.
They don't have the explosives to dislodge them though, no frag grenades.
No, they do have the Monty.
I actually don't think his position's that weak with frag grenades not in play. That could be a big oversight here from Soul's Heart.
Yeah, certainly could be, but even this hold from Crit J with Kanto opened up, it's not an angle that you're going to
You can clear it
feel safe on.
Below, courtesy of the Zofia.
And the Warden, though, can play the smoke here, so they've got to be careful. Clearly, Soul's Heart are aware of this. They seem pretty clued on.
They've been stalled out.
Oh, but one does get across, and then that allows the push up. No, what are you doing, DCH? Did they not know?
They cooked it. Probably expected him to have peaked maybe a little earlier, and he just didn't, so they didn't have the read.
But this has allowed Mr. Punch to push into front desk, but he's by himself. Scatman to send out the Jugger payload onto Zolotic, playing still towards Elevator. I think you're right. I think they've completely cooked this. They even had the Rayora gate active too. Oh, Mark. Well, Scatman started off with the first kill. He'll find the second kill. He might need to find a few more. Never mind. Mark then got one from Airlock. Quick trade by Peeps. Scatman a third. Down to just Peeps. Soul's Heart may have cooked it before. They might still salvage it. 18 seconds, not a lot of time. Peeps just needs to play for said time, but that then allows the space for Mr. Punch to go for the plant.
Yeah, got to force the plant and then kill Scatman on the coverage.
Peeps to come back, but he'll be coming back in a post-plant. Scatman hits the headshot. He started the round the way he finished it. That's a solid round for Soul's Heart to keep us tied at 4-4. This one's going the distance.
They completely cooked Plan A on that attack.
But Plan B, they executed perfectly.
They sprung into action, found good space on the Monty site. Fair play. They didn't have the tools to really deal with Elevator. I guess I didn't quite see if the hatch itself was reinforced. They could have impacted below, but that was clearly not the plan A. It was to cut off front desk, Rayora, then flush him out. But they didn't really have the tools to do it. And then it got to the point in the round where they wrongly assumed it was clear because he just simply didn't peek. And then they were a little bit fortunate in the follow-up that eventually they did win that straight one. And with the Monty, again, layering pressure site, they were able to make it work. So credit to Soul's Heart, good resilience in the round. Not the prettiest of rounds, but we've seen so many of those over the course of the series. And as you have so wisely said, it doesn't matter how you get your wins.
It doesn't matter.
I
think that's probably the hallmark of this series. It doesn't matter how you've gotten to the lower final. It's just all about getting there, and then you can shore up over the next few days about fixing your gameplay and map pool and all of those things. The strategy behind it all will be sorted, I imagine, behind the scenes for the winner.
5 seconds to insertion.
Up against Daystar for one of these two on Saturday.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Swapping max! Door secured!
It's still so close to call. It's as tense as it possibly could be. For a rivalry such as this between these two teams, it is at least a treat to watch. After all these years, they still have the ability to just go back and forth. Better or worse.
Rem and Buck in play, so it will be top floor CEO across for the clear here from Soul's Heart. And it means that Archives will be pressured immediately. BG Man is currently playing that down below, and he'll just need to be a little bit cautious of that. Quad barbed wire here for the defense. Not a single nitro. Potentially in participation. Anticipation. Why do I keep saying participation? Anticipation for this clear above.
I mean, they are participating in the round.
They are. And decent impacts there onto the Boogie Auto breaches of the ramp.
Time to ring some ears.
And with the range hard breach here from Mark, he can work quad here, make a play square side, pressure out. Staff room. Yeah, I like the setup from Soul's Heart. They're keeping it pretty standard.
Soul's Heart have shown they've got the ability, to generate a couple of kills in quick succession too. So, I mean, I don't really worry too much when the time starts to get low. They've clearly got that ability. BG Man just gets tanked up a little bit towards open area. Very well spread of kills, by the way, for Team Orchid here on Bank. Beeps goes down. That's the Azami. Huge kill for DCH, and it's been a large conversion rate on the opening kills here on Bank. Of the 9 rounds played, well, I guess the 8 rounds prior to this, only 1 was not converted. Soul's Heart will hope that that rate will continue into the 9th round.
Good info gathered there from Mark. Can they now formulate a plan to actually play off and convert that into a round win?
Salodic playing bottom of main stairs. Is that something that Soul's Heart will be ready for?
Yeah, it's cut off. Or it was.
I mean, again, Scatman may be in this position now and may be playing this now, but based on timing, he eventually may give up on the idea of it. Razor Bloom from Salodic gets the kill on the DCH. He'll start to make his way up main stairs at some point as well. I9 can't force his way in. The barbed wire.
There's so much agility.
There's so much barbed wire on the ground, they just can't push in. Salodic does get that win against Scatman as well, and the defense will hold on. Stuff in open area just became full of barbed wire. There was nowhere to run around.
I mentioned it before, the quad barb, and it actually won them the round. That plus the Banshees, plus the Thorn Razor Blooms. None of it was dealt with at all by Soul's Heart.
They just littered the floor like it was a garbage site and just dumped all of their utility. 5-4 lead for Team Orchid.
And not a single frag grenade was available in that round for the attack. Not a single Flores wasn't selected.
And largely left
round.
it late before they made the push in. Azami, Monty will be the bands.
I think they could have had 3 minutes left and it would have made a difference. So you're running into that utility, you're cooked.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You haven't brought anything to clear it.
They just got outstratted.
Yep.
This has been a series where both teams go on, 3-round win streaks at a time, or 3 out of 4 rounds. Well, since round 6, a little bit back and forth for the first time in this series, blow for blow. 5-4, back down to basement. That's a good sign if you're Orchid, but not a good sign if you're Soul's Heart. No Monty this time around, but didn't play Monty on this site. It was only for the top floor, which they won. They will go the blitz. And again, no Azami.
We've seen a lot of base in this one. It feels like this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th appearance. Can't escape it. And it's an open hold here from Orchid, so pressure above. Questions then to be answered as to how aggressively they want to play it. Last time we saw the beautiful play from Colas. Staff got a double, didn't really matter, the team had disadvantage, but then they clutched up late.
Yeah.
It was a weird up and down round. And we could see something similar again here. They've double re quad. Colas may be eager to stick around.
Not a single multi-kill round from anyone on Team Orchid on this map of Bank.
What about the other maps?
Well, the other maps would feature, I think, yeah.
We had 3 from Soul's Heart on this map, just to...
Yeah, 3 on this map for Soul's Heart, but on Clubhouse, yeah, it was all Team Orchid in terms of the multi-kills. And then they only have 1 on Chalet. So it's been very map-dependent. Also, just again highlighting just how even really the numbers are across the board for Orchid's players. Not relying on just one individual or even 2. Everyone can pull their weight pretty evenly. 10 and 5 for Mark, though. He's the, well, the main man for Soul's Heart at the moment. And Scatman. Another opening kill. I mean, this is one area that Soul's Heart have been really, really good in now, guys. They've got 5 of the last 6 rounds, the first pick.
Yeah, Scatman's just literally walked through the front door and netted that kill, so fair play. Good solo individual heads-up moment from Scatman gives Soul's Heart a critical advantage. But we've seen them in advantageous positions for this basement attack previously, and then a failure to convert. We'll see if they tidy it up this time around. Still a blue stairs threat, and still a threat open area. A two-pronged threat, but they get rid of Peeps.
Dealt with.
Like, hold us up, though.
No,
like
it's a 4v2. They should be able to close on from here. We could go 5-5 again. Another break point. Call answered by Lycolas at the bomb chassis inside of lockers. Soul's Heart have a minute to not fumble the bag.
I thought for a moment Crit J might go for the hero play blue flank. Elects not to. He'll tuck in anticipation for the drop and hope that he catches the timing. Lycolas to commit to red. So much time here for Soul's Heart to calculate this final push. Get that round, and as a result, a 5-5 scoreline. Candelas to be laid, still 2 remain.
Well, drop down is successful. Oh, the lurk, Crit J, trigger discipline, Sublime, got the double kill. Round is now suddenly alive. But there is still time for Soul's Heart to find the reprieve because they went in at 30 seconds rather than 10. Scatman finds the pick. Crit J in a 1 versus 2, opens up the wall. Scatman hits the shot. We are tied at 5 apiece. All the way we go on map 3 once again. Here at the APL Finals, we got the best of the best when it comes to these matches. Don't go too far. We are having another banger finish. Rev up.
Yeah, good work there from Scatman. Solid work on the opener to afford his team a much needed advantage, and Crit J tried his best to fight his way back into a winnable position, but then denied as Scatman covers the plant.
I feel like Lunchbox at the moment, just every round up and down, up and down. Well, giddy up here for round 11, all tied 5 apiece. But it has been back and forth. So back from round 6, it was Soul's Heart, then Orchid, then Soul's Heart, then Orchid, then Soul's Heart, then
Orchid.
Oh, will it be?
Ah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Look at what it means to them to stay alive here for the APL Finals. A chance to play Daystar in the lower final.
5 seconds left before insertion.
And as has been the case probably since the very first round on this series, or in this series, it's impossible to predict from here. There's just not... You can have all the data in the world, and I don't think you would back it in with these two teams in the server. There's going to be heartbreak, there's going to be elation.
Yeah, big rivalry between these two, but I'm sure alongside that a strong mutual respect for what many of the players on these two teams have been able to achieve over such a prolonged period of time. That was a moment for Peeps. That was an opportunity to find that opening kill against the lobby repel, but it just misses the mark.
Crit J on 39 kills in terms of watching him. 33 kills though as well for Mark. He's crept up.
Interesting position here from Crit J. So deployable backwards in Jan. You can look to leverage that against any console side play, whether it be top square or repel. Of course, no Capitao available for Orchid. Equally though, no catch for the defense.
Yeah, I mean, at least no catch brought. Well, halfway through this 11th round. Soul's Heart trying to see if Scatman can find something front desk here on this repel. Open up long desk as well from a distance. Orchid, to their credit though, are just playing this really safe. Not giving up any angles until they lose Crit J. Just then, traded though, they lose the blitz. Solotic actually finds 2 over towards Long Death. He holds down his position perfectly. Mark's got to be careful towards top square.
Legion flank.
The Legion flank now in effect as well from BG Man pushing out of blue stairs. If anyone wants to recontest towards square, he'll be ready for them. They lose Solotic, so Long Desk is now opened up and suddenly Peeps over towards Janitor is by himself isolated, but fortunately still has this deployable shield. There is still 50 seconds, so Saltart, if they want, can just slow the pace temporarily, but not for too long. A rotate from Scatman, he goes on the rappel. Mark will push in square. BG Man could have the swing of his life. He's got the yellow ping as well.
Yeah, like Collis is feeding info. Could be targeted though by that payload.
Goes for the swing and the timing is perfect from BG Man, and suddenly now Soulsheart are aware there is a thorn in their side towards blue stairs and only 20 seconds to rectify. It forces Scatman to repel into airlock. Choked out by the F not mine as he vaults in with no vision, no care, no worries. Towards front desk though, it's the wrong angle of attack. Now into red time. Mr. Punch deals with Peeps. They know there's still that flanking Legion and he's the last one to deal with, but no time remains. With 1 second, time will expire. We get to match and series point from one cheeky little Legion.
What a play. I will say, he scared me a bit at the end there, running back up square. I thought, geez, that would be one way to throw them around after such a heroic play earlier, but...
Oh my goodness.
Not to be. 6-5, and it's series point for Team Orchid.
And that was the back and forth that ended with Orchid. Well, what's after Orchid? It's Soul's Heart. Lockers, CCTV. I hope you're not sick of it, Gus, because we're getting it at least one more time. At least, and maybe more still to come.
I absolutely am, but it's been a good match, so I'm not complaining. It's been a pretty dynamic site as well. It's been really unpredictable. So
6 of the last 7 rounds played. So since the 5th round, it has been all Soul's Heart in terms of first picks. But failing to convert has left them in this position where they now face elimination.
As a wise man once said, Jakey, giddy up.
Let's
get into it.
It's now round 12. Final round of regulation. This will be our last round of regulation for tonight.
5 seconds left.
Is there ML on tonight? Is there something after this? No? No? Okay. We got all night.
I hope it doesn't take all night. Should be another 15 minutes or so, max.
Max OT, baby, or infinite OT. Let's go the distance. Why not?
Could you imagine? I think if we actually had infinite OT in these matches, some of them just would never end. So basement in play. First floor, somewhat contested, but an early slip in from I9.
Yeah, this is quick only on the basis that typically we see, and certainly last time Orchid liked to play that sort of stuff, open defense, but they've completely forfeited that first floor. They're saying it's match point 6-5. We're going to play 5-stack down below.
Make them work for it. Make them work for it.
Make them work for it. Yep, that's right. Get on their horse and get to basement.
Yeah, but will it be a horse or a pony for Soul's Heart?
Yeah. Still a Vulcan canister, late delay plant from Peeps. He'll put that into CCTV. Apparently Scatman is still switching up. Love that that bug's still there.
I haven't seen that one for a while. Just to confirm, is he actually playing the IQ? I imagine he is, given the icon. So that's to counter the echo.
Yep.
They've been using the Dockerby a little bit, but a switch up
cameras
here.
as well, but yeah, mainly really going to be for these yokais. Crit J sitting at the back of server.
Oh, this is aggro.
This is indeed aggro. Oh, is he going to get timed? Guard break onto the Blackbeard. Lovely headshot onto Mr. Punch. Crit J shows his mettle. Yokai goes up onto the roof as well. He wants to bait them in, but honestly, he may not even need that gadgetry. He's full white though. Just sprays and prays, but the prayers will not be answered as DCH, his Candelas are effective in dealing with that nuisance. The Fenrir has been eliminated, and into the final minute, it's even again at 4 versus 4. Scatman into server. Soul's Heart have gained ground.
So 1 Nitro for Orchid. Yokai's available. Are there potentially Goyo canisters as well that could disrupt this default plant attempt? I9 with that diffuser Soul's Heart with 45 seconds to stay alive.
Still 2 Yokais available, one inside of Vault for Lycola, so they do have watch on the back push. Scatman falls to Peeps, now the advantage with the defense. Orchid, 30 seconds away from knocking Soul's Heart out of the APL finals. 3 Candelas available for DCH. Smoke goes out as well. It's all on him, all on the Ying, and all on the remaining 3, and maybe all on I9. He goes for the back push through Vault by himself. It's a split-looking attack right now from Soul's Heart. Peeps with the pistol, hits the headshot. Mark's got the kit. As we head into red time, it's all down to BG Man, or we go OT. He will go for the plant. Mark's being the MVP. Long angle down the hallway. BG Man opts to not take the fight. Instead will go to Deny, and Deny he will. It's an absolute heartbreaking moment for Soul's Heart to be eliminated in that fashion. But what a play! He is the man, and Orchid will progress to the lower final.
Yeah, what a moment. I mean, what a back and forth between these two. Add it to the catalog. So many great head-to-heads. Ultimately, though, only one team can prevail. Team Orchid with a great victory.
An amazing victory, as you said, and so fittingly add it to the catalog. Another one for the rivalry between these two teams. It's Orchid that will get the chocolates today. They got on that high horse, Rob.
Oh, that's it? They're on that high horse, and we're going to finish on a high, I guess. But unfortunately, like, I really thought that we were going the distance there. But Nick, you were saying it so perfectly. What a final round that was. We couldn't have asked for much better to close out this series.
It was ridiculous. I mean, I was sitting there thinking that, you know, we're talking kind of between ourselves, like, oh, now the round is favoring this team or that team. Critchy's the playmaker, takes down the Blackbeard, big win for them, gets traded back immediately. Okay, now switch back to team, the other team, right, of Soul's Heart. And then we just see these very small moments, not covering the cross exactly, not hitting their headshots. I9 gets the backstab. We're thinking, oh my god, they're gonna do it, take it to overtime. No. It's a clutch again for Team Orchid.
Back-to-back clutches for BG Man as well. You count the 1v1 from the round prior where he was the Legion running away undetected. Yep. And then a 1v2 as well. You said it. Like, that was such a back and forth round. I really did favor Soul's Heart earlier in that. It was a little bit dicey with I9 being in Vault. I think that I9 had to have a big impact. He did in the end, but the IQ going down, the Echo not being able to be countered by the IQ meant they had to go deep, and yet they did. Like, I9 found 2 picks. It's a 2v1. The only thing I9 had to do was cover that cross from Red Hallway, but BG Man sneaks through, denies the plant on 0-0. Another installment in what continues to be such just an iconic matchup between these two teams that continue meeting in the server. Sadly, though, despite all of the crazy and incredible moments that we've seen from them, Soul's Heart have been eliminated from the stage finals already for Asia.
They have been, but the one that prevails is the one that's been here the longest. It's Lycola. Let's welcome him in. My good friend, it has been a long time since I last spoke to you. How are you feeling after that last map? That was very close.
Yeah, that was very close. Feeling amazing to manage to win today. I would say that we throw a lot of rounds in Charlie, but shout out for, I believe it was Mr. Punch, a lot of clutch from it. Yeah.
Lycola, we talked so much about, between the three of us, we talked so much about how many times you've played against Scatman and I9 and the matchup between you guys and Soul's Heart through all the different organizations from Fury and Xavier and all the different iterations, Q Confirm, and of course when they was your leader and No Cap and Elevate. What does it feel like when you get back in the server and you see your old friends on the other side?
I never thought much about it, to be precise. We just I would say we believe it's always going to be a good match. It's going to be a hard game. I would say our priority is versus against them. We have been rival a lot of years, so we kind of know what we should focusing on. And I believe that the one thing we should focus on is watch out for I9 for the early game. That was our prep for the most part. And for the end game, it's just okay, careful for Scatman for the late game clutch. I think that's pretty much it from my point of view outside of the prep plan. Yeah.
Nick?
So, like Hollis, we spoke earlier in this stage. I think it was your final play of groups. You're playing on Chalet, and you were victorious. And you said in the interview that you had felt a bit, doubtful in the server, performance, didn't feel the freedom to make plays and have as much fun, perhaps, as you thought was necessary. What was the mentality in today's best of 3? It's a very serious matchup. You have to win it, so to speak, to stay in the tournament. And you guys were making plays. You say you're throwing a couple of rounds, but there are also really a lot of good moments. Did you guys have that fun, creative time today, or did you feel that pressure that you spoke about?
I think I would say we actually feel more pressure, but it didn't go that deep that we really scared of what we're gonna do. It's just it's more of pressure that we have to how do you say it? Move forward, because we know what they're gonna do, and they also know what are we gonna do. So we take some time. Of course, most of the round we play is kind of default, but there's something that we think that there's a gap here. We could try that. We do that. I think in 2 rounds in Bang. That was our idea to because I would say in open area we always stuck with there's gonna be a guy in open, going to be a guy in elevator. If we play slow, we're gonna pause out the round. So we kind of add to the more more rushing into that. And other than that, we just play default after they stop playing aggressive or whatever. Yeah, I would say that a lot of pressure, but we have to just take it and move forward. Yeah.
Obviously, moving forward is the name of the game at the moment. Like Hollis, you have Daystar up next, my friend. How do you feel about that one?
I would say we win Daystar. We probably could take on Weibo. I would say. I hope so. Because I would say that other than Daystar and Weibo, the other team Rebel are kind of similar. I would say these two teams are our gatekeeper right now. So I would say that still a lot more pressure than so hard for sure.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you've got your toughest challenge left ahead, like Hollis, but as per usual, mate, we'll give you the floor. Is there anything you'd like to say before we let you go and prepare for Daystar?
No, I guess just thank you guys for interviewing me and the rest of the viewers to be here. I'm glad to be the one to stand here next week. No, this Saturday.
Yep.
Okay, I hope to be here. That's all.
Like Hollis, I hope we get to interview you again, mate. I love speaking to you. We'll speak to you soon.
See you, like Hollis.
See you.
True gentleman. Love him. I've been interviewing him for a longer. I think he might be one of the longest standing members that I've been interviewing. Actually, no. I think he is potentially the longest standing member, alongside maybe Speakeasy.
Yeah, perhaps. And funny because Speakeasy's been through so many different rosters in that time. But, like Hollis, he's always been with that same team. A few org changes.
Yeah.
Not very many, though. I think it's only been 3 orgs or 4 orgs in the entire time I've casted him ever since he debuted. From Xavier, Q Confirm, Fury, and now on Team Orchid. And he's come out of his shell so much.
He has.
Utter professional these days. It's really lovely to see, and congrats to him and the team. It's always a question of which of these 2 Thai teams are going to get the leg up over each other. And I think for Orchid, recently it was just a BO1 that they beat Soulsheart in. I think it was Soulsheart won the last 6 matchups in a row before then. So it was pretty notable that Team Orchid got the win in a BO3. And as like Cola said, it only gets harder from here against Daystar and eventually maybe Weibo.
But when you've got a player like Crit J on your team, is it harder, or does it just get easier from here? He had an incredible series across this best of 3. Again, like you said, we've seen these teams go at it time and time again, but one element of this is nearly an almost tried and true, Nick, and that is an individual like Crit J that just continues to perform at this level in these games.
Yeah, I think when you have a clutch player like this, and like Collis mentioned, they threw a couple of rounds here and there. This kind of performance, what gets you back in the momentum, back with the mentality, and guys, anything is possible. If I can 1v5 Ace and Library, no support from my teammates, we can win together as a team as well. And it wasn't just on 1 map or 2 maps, he was doing it time and time again. Even that very final round that they won, right? He takes down the Blackbeard right before the bombs that execute. That's gonna be the plant operator. That's gonna be the win condition. And Crit J making that solo play once again, it changed changes the landscape of the entire round, and his team is playing off it beautifully. It felt like a 4+1 strat, 4 people playing together, and then Critja doing his thing.
I know that Jake and Guz were having a conversation during one of the casts where they'd say, like, who's the greatest Thai player in Siege of all time? And I think it is hard to have that conversation without including Critja, even though he comes from an unfortunate position where he's a bit of a younger Thai player compared to your like Colas, your Scatman, your I9, your Onigiri. So he wasn't there when the Thai teams were at their peak in 2022, 2023, when they started to go overseas and have a lot of success. But I think, if he could get his team back onto the international stage, he really could make a name for himself, especially as all these years on, he's still performing like this.
He certainly is, and I mean, it's put them into a good position now as we look at the bracket to try to unfold, I guess, what we've seen over the last 2 days of action in Asia. And ultimately, I think that we're probably, I mean, like, it's like we say, it's a coin flip for Soul's Heart and Team Orchid. It's always so close, so you never know who's actually going to win it out on any given day. But I think if you looked at the rest of the bracket, this is how we would have expected it to unfold, James. I think Weibo just continue to show dominance. They continue to show class. You disagree with that?
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, I wouldn't say I disagree. Firstly, I think it was always impossible to predict between Soul's Heart and Orchid who was going to come out on top. I think that's just the nature of that matchup. You never can guess it. I will say, Daystar got a map off of Weibo. Yeah, Weibo went through that upper bracket, but they were tested. They were tried. They came out on top, but I think it's actually better. If I was Weibo, I would rather be tried and tested here in the playoffs and go into EWC should they qualify with some experience recently of being pushed, because remember what happened in Salt Lake City? Weibo were full confident and they got eliminated 2-0 by EP. Even they're surprised that happened. I think everyone was a little bit surprised, maybe except for Enterprise. And so I think for Weibo, they need to make sure that they continually have new experiences of maybe dropping a map here, or they're getting humbled because it gives them more to work on.
It does. It truly does. But now we are ultimately at the close of the show. Curtains wrapping. Nick, any final thoughts before we let everyone go?
I mean, James, I just want to say thank you. You've been a bit sick, right? And you're staying with us. You didn't stay home in bed, tied up with some coffee, some tea. So just want to say good shit, James. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And on that note, thank you very much for joining us here for the APL for Asia, of course. So much action unfolds on all of these given nights. It's beautiful, it's lovely, it's deep. But APAC North is up next, and if you thought tonight was close, you're going to wait until what we have to deliver tomorrow night. As per usual, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Please take care, stay safe, and Nick,
have a great night.
Ciao.
They can fall back. Oh my god.